in between Parker and Castle Pines on the west side of the highway.
Okay.
Fuck, they're building a super neighborhood over there. I would guess at least 200-300 homes.
Yeah,
It used to be all empty. Pretty soon, going from Parker to Castle Rock is going to be just all homes.
Right, I agree. And we're up. Like I say, you got to look at Colorado. It's still, I mean, it's not Florida. It's hot as hell. There's a lot of people. The guy that I bought the cabin with, they stayed one summer in Florida, and they said they wouldn't do it again.
Why? Too hot?
Yeah.
What do you mean bought the cabin with?
From.
Oh, from. Okay.
They actually built it.
That's crazy, man.
So he comes back here in the summer and lives in an RV.
I've always wondered how Facebook decides, like, when you do a video, what to show on the video. It's never the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, like, for example, let me see where this one went. Let me get to it. Let's see. Yeah, look. Why does it decide?
It started there? Or just...
Well, no, it doesn't start there. Now it just started.
I see, just like the opening picture.
Yeah, but why did it choose that?
Because he's the best looking guy.
It's like, what does that fucking home advisor always say? We've got a patented algorithm. We should start doing a pre-show at least 2 or 3 times a week.
But how could we do it?
Just like that, but we'll just do different things. Maybe interview the guest right before. I mean, before we even come up.
That's not a bad idea.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We got to get, you know what we'll do? We'll get Tom going. We got to get something to.
One of our callers is trying to get a hold of us. She's
Sure.
called like 5 times in the last half hour. She finally called Ed a rude bastard.
You bastard! Go faster!
Why?
I can't hear you. I can't hear him.
Go faster! You know what movie that's from? There, he's water skiing and the guy's yelling.
Okay, to schedule a complimentary.
The guy's yelling, "You bastard!" And he looks at his wife and goes, "What's he say? Go faster!" John Candy, The Great Outdoors. You imagine John Candy on water skis in any fucking world? Mr. Ed, why are they calling you a rude bastard? What did you do? I said the same thing about him when I met him. A rude bastard. What is it? Technically a bastard's what, a fatherless kid?
No, not fatherless. Kid that was born from unmarried parents.
Just unmarried?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bastards.
Yes, there is.
There's a lot of bastards out there. In fact, I would argue there might be more bastards than non-bastards.
What was that thing? Oh, that was Seinfeld where the runner, marathon runner and stuff.
Oh, what was his name?
But he called the one.
Did you ever watch the after that? You know how they always have like a last 20-second thing after the commercial? So he's running. They finally show him. He's in first place. And fucking Kramer's holding out a hot cup of coffee. And he grabs it like water. God, what is that guy's name? Son of a bitch, what is his name?
But he missed the first marathon there, or big marathon.
Because what happened with the alarm?
Well,
what was it? Was it the snooze? Was it the AM PM?
Oh, that's what it was, AM PM, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I remember them going, what was it? I bet it's the AM PM. Yeah. I bet it's the snooze. He hit the snooze and it
is the wake up. It was volume. It turned on to radio.
The radio volume for the alarm. And Jerry goes, well, some people like listening in a different volume than the alarm.
Yeah.
God, what was his name?
Well, he called it one neighbor and stuff, you know. He thought bastard was a good
Good thing.
Good thing. He says, a cute little bastard.
She really was a bastard.
Yes.
Elaine, I trusted you not to tell anybody.
At Walgreens,
God, what was his name?
for diabetes.
I can picture him perfectly.
24/7. Find all major brands of testing supplies like Walgreens TrueMetrics and download tools to help you stay
Get Frank on the line.
Stop by and
I don't know if Frank would know that. You think Frank would know that?
I think a good one.
Let's see. No, hold on.
So I just watched one, and I think I've asked this.
Let's bet. What do you want to bet? I bet Frank does not know it.
All right, you
What
guys
do you
remember
think?
Rod?
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
We're gonna
Yeah.
have
Hey, man.
He's gonna.
we're gonna have you here.
Right, okay.
You're still selling cars? We're still doing it.
Hey, I got mine up for sale, man.
This is your
What
water.
is it?
It's a Genesis
Okay.
Ultimate. It's got everything, man.
And Rod, if you want to get on the internet, you can
I got to know
right
if Frank
here.
knows
Hey,
this.
someone's
And,
asking about what happened with
and then if
that
you click on this
Winnebago
X,
or that
It takes you back to what the calls are.
Did we ever get the ladies?
I did bring mine
Did
up.
we ever get the ladies' phone number with the old
That's fine.
piece of shit
Remember
Winnie Mini
that little-
RV?
What
Did we get her on?
When you
No,
tell
she
them
tried
push
calling,
on,
couldn't do it.
and then when you're finished speaking, just push off.
So,
Let's try her again. Let's get her on.
We gotta
Yeah,
keep
make sure
trying to
your
get
phone
her.
is on vibrate or silent,
Let's see here.
and when you speak, speak right into the mic.
You want to bet? Lunch?
Okay.
Lunch?
All
You
right.
think he
Rod,
knows
Rod,
it?
you remember Rod?
So I got a question.
Ron, how you doing?
Good, how are you,
In,
boss?
I just watched it.
I
think
gave
asked
her the
it to you
back line number
before.
to call in, Tom, so
When
hopefully.
Kramer goes out to LA, he's accused of being,
Hold on, let me ask Frank this. God, you know what? I'm going to change my mind and he knows it.
What do you mean?
Hey, Frank, I got a question for you. Seinfeld, the AM/PM episode where Elaine has a guy who missed, he overslept on the marathon, back in town for the next marathon. You remember the episode?
Yeah.
What was his name? Fuck.
what was it?
See ya, Ron Paul, that's right.
That's
See ya.
right.
I said you would know it. The other people doubted you. See ya, Frank.
You got this John Paul, not Ron Paul, right?
John Paul.
John Paul.
Now let me ask you this. Why did he oversleep the first time? Was it the AM/PM? Was it the snooze? The volume, man, the volume. Later, Frankie. Bye.
Feels good.
God, I can't believe it. John Paul, just like that. You think we know a lot of shit? You had no idea, Frank. You can say the oddest shit to Frank about Seinfeld he's got every time. It's incredible.
Okay, so now, when they went out to LA,
Yes. With the Stooges episode.
right, it was that. So when the cops found the one girl,
Yep.
who was the witness to it?
The people in the van.
No. The witness of the dead girl. You remember the cop? He was like trying to be dragnet and stuff.
Yeah.
They said, "Do we have any witnesses?" He says, "The only witness is
No, who?
the trees." Only the trees.
The trees. That's pretty good, man.
Not just testosterone, but estrogen and some thyroid issues. Plus, they do other age-fighting therapies.
You're going to get some good play today, man. This is our slowest car day.
Oh, really? Why?
Everybody's on freaking vacation.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Kevin, who's usually here today, I think one of his employees left, so he's running the
Who's
store.
Kevin again?
Sheridan Auto
Oh,
Tech.
Sheridan. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
I
Never used those guys.
They're pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah. So I'm selling my Genesis. It's a 15, 71,000.
Did you go get it?
Cherry as it gets, heads-up display, all-wheel drive. The big sunroof. What else does it have, man?
Did you go
Heated,
get it?
air-conditioned seats.
You got it, right?
Yeah, I got it. Just everything, man.
And you said the ultimate package?
Yeah, Ultimate Tech. There's nothing it doesn't have. It's a 15. I got it listed at 19.9.
That's cheap.
Yeah, I know it's cheap. It's a weird car to sell because, well, it's a big car, it's luxury, and it's not, it's a $20,000 car. I mean, what else do you say?
Did you,
I put it on Craigslist, Blinker, and Car Guru.
okay.
But if I get bites from, if I sell it through Craigslist, I just use Blinker to do all the paperwork. They'll do it for free. They'll make sure the money is in the bank. They'll do everything.
I got up this morning
Wow.
and jumped in the swim lane.
Yeah, blinkers.
Too many miles? Those guys are bullets.
70,000.
71,000.
We don't
Yeah.
turn the
Is
heat
that
on.
reason why you're selling
It
it? 'Cause
collects
it's too
through
many-
I just bought a new G90. I bought the
Oh.
Big Daddy Genesis.
Okay.
I love. I don't think I'll buy. If I buy an SUV next year, they'll have an SUV. I mean, I am so sold on that brand now.
They're a real car.
Great warranty.
This thing's got 450 horse or 440 horse, something like that.
Right.
It's got screens on both back seats, and it's got a full, what do you call it, the mode where, chauffeur mode. So it's got a full console in the back seat, because I guess over in Korea, a lot of people that own these, they get chauffeured around in them. And you can operate the radio, a DVD player,
Wow.
you can, everything you can operate up front, you can operate from the back seat, which I just find crazy.
Right.
And my first question was my fucking kids, because I'm thinking they're going to be fucking with me, but you just hit a button and you can lock
Shut
them
it
out.
down, lock them out.
But it comes built in with these screens on the back.
Wow.
Concierge service, when I, for the first 36,000 miles, every 3,000, they'll come pick it up, drop me off a like vehicle, take mine back, rotate the tires, do the oil change, whatever it needs, and then bring it back to me. Can you believe that out of a Hyundai?
Yeah, no, I can't. They're a good car.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Read about it, the Troubleshooter Show. Longest running radio show in the country with the same host currently on the air, and we are here to help you solve problems. On Fridays, we do Car Day. Today is Car Day, so welcome. Rod's with us from JFR Cars on our referral list, referralist.com. We'll talk about what he does.
Hello, good morning to you.
Are you a broker?
I am a broker.
Are you a dealer?
Dealers and brokers are about the same.
Are
We're
they?
just a little bit more customer service oriented.
So you don't stock cars?
Oh yeah, we have about 300.
Oh, you do stock cars.
Yeah, but they're mostly because of trade.
But then you also do custom shopping.
We do. That's the bulk of our business.
And if somebody comes to you and wants to shop, do they have to pay you before they buy?
No.
So there's no harm in shopping with you.
There's no risk.
Zero.
Zero risk.
All right. Let's talk. What is on your mind today, folks? This is how the show works. You simply call and you get help on anything, any problems, any advice. If you're listening online and you're listening to a podcast, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We have all kinds of podcasts. If you are confused on how to get help, if you call 303-MARTINO and leave a message, we will get back to you, 303-MARTINO, or it'll ring right into the studio when we're here. But we will call you back. We'll get you on. We'll get you lined up.
We're still trying to get a hold of that poor lady yesterday, the vet, that deadbeat was trying to sell her the, what was it, a 1985 Mini Winnie?
An 85 Mini Winnie with 100,000 miles. He was taking $1,000 a month from her for 15 months or something. And then he said, well, it's not really 15 months. I said, how much is it? And he wouldn't tell us. He said, well, we're working it out. I said, well, what's the purchase price? Well, what is it worth? I said, what do you mean, what is it worth? You're ripping this woman off. He thought he was helping her live somewhere. I know what he's saying. He's trying to make it sound like he's a good Samaritan. But we're trying, now we got her number, we're trying to get a hold of her to tell her it's the worst deal in the world. He said it was her dream to live in a Mini Winnie.
A 1985 Mini Winnie. I wonder if it's an actual phone number. I'll tell you this, though. We had other people call from Colorado Springs after they heard that saying, we see that thing everywhere. If anybody sees it out there, please have her call us.
Well, she's not in it now. They impounded it, didn't they? Stephanie has an issue.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's going on with your car?
All right, Tom. So this is a short gist of it. On July 10th, my truck started making a serious knocking noise. I kind of panicked for a minute. I didn't want to drive it. I found a reputable shop, or so I thought, here in my area. Great reviews, the entire nine. And I set up an appointment for them to take a look at it.
What's the name of the shop?
It is called Saul's Auto Tech, and it is located in Greenwood Village, Colorado.
Saul's. How do you spell Saul?
S-A-U-L apostrophe S, and the Auto Tech is A-U-T-O-T-E-K.
Okay,
So
it sounds like Saul to me, but anyway, S-A-U-L, Saul. But what happened?
Yes. So I immediately had the car towed because I didn't want to drive it over there. It was still up and running by the time they put it on the tow
And
truck.
for those listening, I think you were on the end of the show yesterday, to talk about this. There's an Auto Repair Act in Colorado. Many states have Auto Repair Acts. What it says is this. You have to get approval before you do work under certain circumstances.
Yes.
There are exceptions to the Auto Repair Act. And by the way, the Auto Repair Act says in Colorado, if it's going to be more than $100, you got to get their consent. Or if you gave them an estimate and it's going to be more than 10% or $100 of that estimate, you have to get additional approvals. The exception to that is when you have a car towed in. And unfortunately, you had a car towed in, which would mean there is an exception to the Auto Repair Act. That doesn't mean they can cheat you. I mean, it doesn't mean that you don't have a case. It just means that we can't necessarily use the Auto Repair Act. You had your car towed in, and this is what I find shocking. You told me they removed your engine?
Yes, sir, but that's the newest part. There was a part that actually happened beforehand.
What happened before?
Well.
What's the first thing they did?
So I took it there. They told me after 24 hours and looking at my vehicle, they told me that they drove my vehicle out of the lot and it seized up on them that my engine was completely done and it's going to cost $6,000 to replace the engine. Being a female, I don't know a lot about mechanics, so I gave permission to my father to deal with them. My father calls them and they proceed to change the story completely and tell my father that they never drove the car. It automatically seized on them. Now I have witnesses, including the tow truck driver, that the car was up and running when it got put on the bed.
Then why did you tow it? Why'd you tow it?
The knocking noise scared me. It was only a couple miles away.
But Stephanie, it's not hard to believe that a car with a knocking noise could seize. But I want to know, how many miles on this car?
There is 133 miles on it. So they
Wait, so it's 133,000 or 133?
133,000 miles.
Okay, and what kind of car is it?
It's a 2007 Jeep Commander. They proceeded to tell my father that the reason why the engine blew is because there was no oil. Wrong again. The following week, when the temperature started rising, I actually checked all of my liquids in my engine to make sure everything was great. You know, with the summer
But
heat
Stephanie,
coming,
so let me just sum this up. You're saying that they were lying about no oil, that they purposely blew your engine? I don't know what you're trying to say.
I think so. The reason why I think that this is kind of fishy and something happened is because they proceed to tell me that it's going to cost $6,000 to fix. I pick up a bunch of shifts to try and come up with the money.
Yeah.
They are very nice and cordial and say, you know, until you make your decision, we won't touch the car. It's sitting here in our lot. Absolutely fine. That's
so
amazing.
far,
Stephanie,
if a car is knocking, it has 133,000 miles. It's at the shop. They say it's going to cost $6,000. Everything sounds in line. You're saying that the car got there, it was knocking, and they somehow seized it.
Yes, sir. I am saying that.
Well,
so
I don't
Who
think
is it? I'm going to call them.
I don't think we can prove that, Stephanie.
I'd like to see what they say, though. Let's get them on.
I mean,
no, I understand that, and that's why it was their word against mine.
It's not just their word, it's evidence. I mean, what I'm saying is if your car is seized, how are you proposing they seized it? Are you saying they drained the oil out on purpose and then ran it?
They specifically told me that they drove the car out and that it seized on them upon driving and the engine was done. So when I called my father and gave him permission to speak to them, they changed the story and said that they never drove the vehicle in the first place and that the engine was already seized.
Okay, big deal. Okay, so you got two stories. One was they drove it out in front. The other one was it seized right away. Here's the deal. You know, if it's seized, it's seized. You were having trouble before you brought it in. Did they do it? And I mean, did they destroy your engine? It's going to be easy to find out if that's old or new wear. It's going to be easy to find out what they did. And if it was starved of oil, it's not going to blow the first time they started up. If they drained it, it had to have been starved a while. You heard knocking. When you heard knocking, did you check the oil?
Yes, sir, I did.
Before it went to the shop, you said it was a week earlier you checked the oil.
Yes, sir, a week earlier before.
A week before it went to the shop?
Yes, sir, almost exactly to the day.
Okay, well then you didn't check it right before it went to the shop. You checked it 7 days before it went to the shop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it possible during that 7 days that it used oil, leaked oil, burned oil, or your engine was shot?
So that's the ironic part. I only drive my vehicle to and from work.
Okay.
In my parking spots at work and at home, there are no spots anywhere. I did add a quart that week because it was slightly low above, below the low sign on the stick of the oil gauge.
When you say that week, you mean you checked it
the week that I checked it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when you checked it, you added a quart. Now they're saying it was out of oil.
Yes, sir. They said that that's the reason why the engine blew. I tried to come up with the money, and I couldn't come up with that.
Okay, so what do you think tell me what you think you should get. Tell me what you think.
So I think that they're a little overpriced in the situation.
Yeah.
There's a twist in what is going on.
They're not overpriced. They're not overpriced on $6,000 for a 2007 Jeep. That's not overpriced. So if they truly do the work, I'm not suggesting you have them do it. I'm also not suggesting that they were right. I mean, they might have done it on purpose. I'm just saying you can't prove it. It's too difficult. No. But right now you need your Jeep Commander fixed. An 07 Jeep Commander with 133,000 miles. It might be worth putting an engine in it. I don't know. It's up to you. Hold on a sec. Let's figure out where we're going with it. Bottom line, where are we going with it? Do you put an engine in it? And if they're overpriced, shop around. And let's see, if you can get a better deal. Do you even have the money to do it? Do you have the money to do it?
Yes, sir. I do have the money to do it.
But you want to make sure you find a good shop. If you have the money to do an engine, you should take it to someone on my referral list that we know and trust because they will tell you the absolute positive truth. 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Frank Duran is the best in two areas, real estate of all nature, real estate, and in Seinfeld trivia. That's right. Mark just called him before the show to get an answer to something. But Frank will never let you down if you're buying or selling. 303-920-1622.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Progress is being made south of town, southbound I-25, south of Upper Lake Gulch Road. One lane is now open, but serious backups due to that crash involving a semi at Larkspur. Pack your patience on that stretch. Back in town, pack it downtown, northbound I-25, approaching 6th Avenue. Big surprise, left lane and shoulder blocked due to a crash there. Westbound C-470 after Kipling, that crash has been cleared to the right shoulder, still seeing some residual delays. Crash is being cleared eastbound Hamden, approaching Santa Fe. Look out for another wreck at 25th and Federal. The weather forecast, going to be hot today. Be careful out there. Another hot high of 100. Right now, partly cloudy in Denver and 88. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
Fix It 24/7, free second opinions for major repairs. I'm getting word that a lot of people are being told they need new air conditioning systems. Well, you may. Why? It's so hot out. It's being taxed. They're getting calls. People are busy right now with the heat. So, if you're told you need a new air conditioner, what harm would it be to have Fix It 24/7 come out and give you a free second opinion? If you're told you need new AC, free second opinion. Here's what's great about second opinions. They can't lie to you. They can't say, that's a terrible deal. Oh, yeah, we'll do it, but we're going to do it more. No, they can't do that, right? So they have to tell you if you have a good deal or not, or beat that deal. And many times you won't even need a new AC, and Fix It 24/7 are the honest people that will be straight with you. I trust them. You can trust them too. Free second opinions, fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
She owes 10 grand on it?
Oh, yeah, she's upside down. Okay, we got
Upside down, she is fucking.
We gotta talk.
It's way more than
That's
upside down.
That's $5,000 on running one, right? I see a good condition.
Yeah.
$6,000.
$5,000's going to be something that starts and drives.
Yeah, 55 to 62 is what I got.
That's what I got too.
But they'll be high mileage.
If she puts $6,000 into this, she's going to owe $16,000 on something worth $5,000. It's
Right.
fucking stupid.
Right.
Cut the loss.
But the problem is some people can't, because now she's making payments on this. She can't afford payment. She can't even roll the equity into something because it's worthless.
Well, here's the other thing. Don't buy a Jeep. Don't buy a Range Rover.
Well, the new ones are better.
You're right.
Yeah, but they're overpriced.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for the name. Jeep is like the one of the number one SUVs out there, and it's gorgeous. It's a great.
They are beautiful, but
they look
good
good.
as shit.
The new ones are not.
Do you think they're going to be? But we got to give
Well,
them
if you talk to our mechanics, they'll tell you they're still really pieces of shit. I mean, they're not
high maintenance.
not like they were, but that Rubicon is a beautiful looking Jeep.
Hey,
It is a good look. I've seen them decked out with lift kits and different kinds of trim. They look so cool.
With the RV gal, I tried calling her yesterday. It rang, went to voicemail today. It just goes straight to voicemail. Hi, Rob.
Hey, how you doing? Good.
So, I don't know.
Well, she could be on the phone, right? It might have.
I could try her again, but just letting you guys know, I am trying to reach
I
out.
wonder, do you think he gave us a bogus number?
I think it's possible he did.
So give
Yeah.
us a call, 303-695-7000, that's 303-695-7000, or online
I gotta
at
find these pictures.
marketfinance.net.
I'm very upset over this one problem, man.
What problem?
You need to.
Tailgate?
No. Hey, do you have those pictures from the one? I don't want to say it on air, but they sent us pictures of the air conditioner. I talked to her yesterday. Can you forward me the pictures? I can't find them.
Was that one full of dirt? That one?
Yeah, I need to see that. Okay, so here's the bottom line. They're on one of these plans where they get maintenance from an HVAC company. Okay?
We know.
Yes. So they go out and they say, hey, this unit's 14, 15 years old. It's not working. It's not cooling. It turns on. It's not cooling now. It's old. You need a new unit. Or worst scenario, it needs Freon. But the Freon, because it's so old, is R22 or R12, whatever, old shit. So it's going to be about $800 to put Freon in it. And it's an older lady. She goes, well, okay, let me talk to my son. So they leave. Son calls someone that he knows that's retired but was in HVAC forever. Okay? That guy comes out, looks at the condenser outside, and this is the pictures I want to show you. This fucking thing has easily this much dirt. He blows it off with a compressor. Fucking thing works perfect. Perfect.
It was thick.
Perfect. And they've been out there maintaining.
Wow. Somebody just walked in and walked out.
We gotta talk to him.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Rod Greer with us from JFR Cars. He says that these Jeep Commanders at their best, $5 or $6 grand. Is that right?
That's about right. Yeah.
So if the car's worth $5 or $6 and you put $6 into it, you're buried in this car. But it's even worse than this because Stephanie owes $10 on it. Is that right, Stephanie?
I do, yes.
How long have you owned it?
Where,
How long have you owned it, Stephanie?
a little over 2 years now.
Okay, so Stephanie, you sadly overpaid for this, and this car.
I totally did. Yeah.
So you're upside down. Now you're upside down $5 grand right now. Actually more because you don't have an engine. But if you put $6 into it, you would be 11,000 behind. So I don't know what to tell you, Stephanie. I don't know what to tell you. You see, here's why. When people come to me and they've made multiple mistakes, I can't, like magic, make it like you never did it. Ideally,
Totally understand.
Ideally, you would just walk away from this car, but then you're gonna.
And that's the plan.
But
that was the plan.
they're gonna come after you. You know that for a judgment, because who's the finance company?
It's credit acceptance.
They're going to come after you, And then you're going to either have to settle with them or forget it if they don't have anything they can take from you. Do you have a salary?
I don't have a salary, but I do work 2 full-time jobs.
Well,
so I did plan
you don't have. Hold on. You don't have a salary, but you work 2 full-time jobs.
Yes, sir.
How does that work?
Salary, I recently abruptly quit my career due to a.
Do you have have 2 full-time jobs, which means you get a paycheck, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm asking. Do you get a paycheck? You get 2 of them. They can garnish your pay. If they come after you, here's okay. If I was so entirely screwed like you are, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Here's what I would do if I was so entirely screwed. This is what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't get in that position, but let's say I did. I would abandon the car, walk away from it, and that's it. And then if they came after me and got a judgment, I'd either do a bankruptcy or some kind of settlement with them, and I'd move on and learn my lesson for life.
Absolutely.
I don't know what else to tell you. So I don't think we should even argue about this engine, because at no price is it worth putting that engine in.
Well, that's it. I called the shop and I let them know that
Good.
I wasn't going to be able to get it fixed. And
Now
I was going to
Now what's the issue?
So the issue is I told them that,
Right.
and I let them know that I was going to have a tow truck come and get the vehicle.
You don't
from
have
them
to
so
come and
I
get the
can bring
vehicle.
it back to my house.
You don't have to.
Okay.
You can call the lender and say, go get your car. It's got a blown engine. I can't afford it.
So I wasn't aware of that. I was going to tell them that once I brought the vehicle back to my house and figure that situation out. Anyway, they told me, yeah, absolutely. You can have a tow truck come get it. It's ready. Just have the tow company come get the key from us. Fast forward to yesterday morning. I spoke to them on Wednesday.
Why are we talking about this, Stephanie? I don't care. Did they refuse to give it to you?
No, well, they actually have another 2007 Jeep Commander there that is white, the exact same make and model of my vehicle with a blown engine at their shop right now. It turns out that their mechanic accidentally took my vehicle after I told them I was going to pick it up into the shop, unloaded my entire engine and all the parts, and has it in pieces. And after the fact that he took all of that out, they realized that they switched the vehicles and it was wrong.
So, no, let me get this straight, Stephanie. When you say they switched vehicles, are you saying that your engine was not blown?
I have an inkling my engine was not blown.
No, not an inkling. What do you mean they swapped vehicles? What does that mean? They mixed...
I am more than positive that they gave me the wrong details on the wrong vehicle.
Okay.
They already had a 2007
I got you. Hold on, Stephanie. We'll find out.
Okay.
So, if your car does not have a blown engine, then get it back and drive it away.
I tried to. So now they're telling me that they're going to put the engine back together and make it running so I can get the vehicle.
Oh, good. Then maybe you can drive it. Mark, call them. Would you call them?
Yeah.
All right, 303-713-TALK. Listen, I want to talk to all of you. Kelly called. Listen to this one. She went to a surgical center for surgery, and her insurance paid the surgical center a lump sum. That lump sum was for everything, anesthesiologist, surgeon, and everything. They were only supposed to be paid for the facility charge. That was about $2,500, as I remember, but they paid like $5,000 to them, and so basically they were sitting on some extra money, right, Kelly?
Yes, definitely.
And the extra money was really supposed to go to your other providers. You're not looking to get money; you just want to pay off your bills.
$25.25 to them. And
yeah.
At no time could they have collected more than $23.40 on this whole operation.
I understand. And, you know, you had a very simple request. Clear Creek Surgical Center, Kelly said, I just want to get the money not owed to you and pay my other people.
Exactly.
And they said, what? Nothing. You couldn't get a hold of them. Deputy Daff called them.
Yes.
They were rude, crude, I don't know if they're tattooed, but they were just not great people. And I, for the record, based on that, will never use Clear Creek Surgical Center. Pass the word. I don't give a damn. You know what? From now on, You dirty, rotten mother, you know what's, when you can't have the decency to communicate with people and to talk to people who are trying to solve your problem, you're scum. I'm tired of it. You know what? There are enough good people in this world. I'm tired of it. No, are they great? They're not, great criminals. I'm not saying. I just don't like it. And from now on, we want the cream of the crop. So if you're not the best of the best, then your ass is grass. You're going to be mentioned on the show. They put Kelly through a living hell, and all Kelly wanted to do is pay her doctor bills. We call up, and the receptionist was a bitch. I'll just say it, all right? And she didn't have to be a bitch. Clear Creek Surgical Center, and so they didn't say anything. They would do anything at all. But guess what happened, Kelly, after we called? What happened?
Well, 20 minutes later, I get a phone call from them going, oh, we just settled your claim and your money should go back on your credit card like in 3 days.
Oh, did it?
Miraculously, yes. It ended up in my account this morning.
Good, Kelly. That is really good. Thank you. And you see, tell people about the Troubleshooter Show. That's the only payment we want. When we help, you tell. Also, it wouldn't be bad to pop us a review. Here's the deal. I want other people to know the help is available. So, the biatch is at Clear Creek Surgical Center. Why do you have to be that way? Did you ever ask yourself, by the way, I don't start out that way. We don't call people and say, hey, Clear Creek Surgical Center, we demand you pay Kelly's bill. No, we call and say, hi, I'm Daphne from Tom Martino's office. What's the matter? You don't think she says that?
I think sometimes Daphne can be a little more abrupt.
No. Like, she'll say, hello, I'm Daphne from Tom Martino's office, and we're inquiring about blah, blah, blah. I've never heard her be abrupt.
No.
Suzanne, have you ever heard her be abrupt?
No.
I think that you can be abrupt.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not abrupt.
She's abrupt with Mark, understandably,
Your
Tom.
entire way is abrupt.
That's not true.
Don't you think it is? Well, actually, no, I've heard you. No, actually, I've heard you.
Just this morning, I was talking to
you're
FedEx.
Right. No, I've heard you. I take that back. I've heard you sometimes approach things in a very calm way. But that delivery place, you were pissed at them. Why were you pissed at them?
FedEx?
Yeah, why?
Because they're morons.
I mean, I love what you said to him. You said you're a delivery place. You're supposed to deliver. What were they refusing to do?
Well, they want me to sign for a package, which is fine.
Well, if the sender says that, they have to.
It is a sender.
Okay.
Generally, when that happens, because of where we live, they'll make a delivery attempt. They'll put something on the door.
Yeah.
Then they'll bring it up to the Safeway in Elizabeth. That way, I drive up to Safeway, I show my license, and I sign for it.
Oh, they have an arrangement with Safeway.
This time, for whatever reason, they want to bring it back to the Denver Distribution Center,
Why?
which is forever away.
Why?
I have no clue. You heard the guy. He
but
was
don't
a
they
numbskull.
don't they but did they have an arrangement with Safeway?
Yeah, how many times have we gone to Safeway? Honest to God.
basically,
A few.
Okay, I'm just going to say it like it is. Today's is bitch and moan day. It's about time. Isn't this a release? Think about it. It's a release. Release yourself on my radio show. Oh, well, that didn't come out right. I want you
You better
to
watch out.
I want you to unload.
That's even worse.
No. Just this is the place.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
The more I think about this, I don't even think, I think we kick them off.
Oh,
Yeah, look at
well, no. What if they say it's an errand employee, they're going to help?
First of all,
No, really, we can't.
here's what they, no. I've already reached out to him on this. Of course, here's one of the sisters.
South of Upper Lake Gulch Road, there is one lane getting through, but it's all about Tom, American Restoration.
Okay. I'm going to forward this to you.
Mark, we got to really come through.
I can't
Before we
believe
do
it.
that, I want to talk to Mark.
Okay. It's just not good.
Is that somebody on the referral list?
With a high near 100. Be careful out there.
Release
yourself on me.
And then Lord.
Save 5% on eligible purchases just by using your Lowe's Advantage card. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Subject to credit approval, cannot be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. See store for details. U.S. only.
I love when we get into an industry where there are so many ripoffs, and then we protect you. And I'll tell you, the restoration industry is packed, jammed with ripoffs. You get a flood, a fire, mold, toxins, chemicals, and they'll rip your face off. Not American Restoration 24/7. Good, honest, straightforward people. If you have an emergency, a property trauma, you can trust American Restoration 24/7, 8337-AM-REST.
Have you heard all the companies out there claiming they can help you with your back taxes?
I'm going to have to build those up, so maybe you send that to me.
At Larson Tax Relief, we put your taxes.
Why is Larson? Oh,
look at just read the response, and now I'm sending you the pictures.
They can't defend the way that looks, do they?
Read the response. That's what's got me so
I'm
pissed.
looking for it. I see pictures. Is the response in one of the attachments?
Oh, you see the pictures?
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures of the unit?
I can't fucking believe it. I mean, this is almost unbelievable.
It's fucking unbelievable.
And this is their mate.
And the neighbor comes over, fucking blows it off with a hose. It works perfect.
But had they come out previously and serviced it?
I'm figuring that out. They were under contract, though, to come out and service
Once a year, right?
or whatever they're dealing.
Okay, well, that's the whole idea.
But look at the fucking...
I don't have a letter here, Mark.
Here, I'm forwarding it right now.
Hold on, maybe in the first one.
It doesn't matter. I'll just send it to you right
Here
now.
it is. I got it. Mark, I talked to John.
Yeah.
He's been with us 10 years. The client went over.
That's 560 South Lothian Street in Denver, just south of Alameda.
First of all, that should be the first thing anybody looks at.
We will still have Denver's best deals on
I don't think this is worth kicking him off, but I think we need to talk to them.
They need to
Because they're not dishonest people.
What's the name of the company?
How do they fucking oversee
They're
that?
saying it's old, and I understand what they're saying. They're saying, I know it's dirty and all that, but that's not the real issue. The real issue is it's 14 years old, and it takes old refrigerant.
I agree with you, but they blew it off and it works fucking
No,
perfect.
I know that. That's the part that has me problem. If he was part of their comfort, their club.
If they've been in that club for over a fucking year and they've been out there before, that dirt is not 1 year old.
That's right.
They need to fucking refund every nickel over the last year.
That's right. They should have cleaned it for him.
man.
That's right. I understand what she's saying here, Mark. It's not outlandish. They're saying it's a piece of shit, but then you're saying, well, if you're in the club, why didn't you at least do what you say in the club? But find out, is he in the club? Find out.
No, I know he's in the club.
Find out when he joined.
I know that Monday, because it's an older woman. The son needs to go find out.
Well, listen, partner, if you want to kick him off.
14
I
years.
fucking, you know what? I go back and forth. I got to see, if they refund everything, I'll be okay. But this is just,
But I'm
fuck, how do you
concerned.
overlook that?
No, I'm concerned.
14 years is not an old air conditioner.
No, but.
Oh, it's not fucking new.
I know it. but-
Fucking shit
but-
stir.
But no, an air conditioner could easily last 20 years,
Yeah, but
25 years.
But if it's 14, you're having problems, and it has old refrigerant, you don't want it.
Listen, man, I'm with you. I'd be fucking livid.
But that is definitely, if it's not broken, then no. But
Why-
if it's broken, it will take a good amount of money to fix it.
Why wouldn't even, exactly, but why wouldn't they even fucking clean it?
No.
That should have been the first thing you walk out there
Well,
and
no.
see.
It's
I've never seen a condenser like
What
that.
I'm saying is,
Ever.
why didn't they clean it then? Why hadn't it been cleaned?
I bet they, exactly. I bet they live by cottonwoods.
You gonna call that shot? She has to go.
I bet they live by cottonwood trees.
Dirt, isn't it?
Fuck, man, that's crazy. I mean, what do you think? She's in the desert?
I don't know.
What are you saying, Dan?
It looks like dirt.
Plus Hardwood Floor summer sale is going on now with up to 60% off. Visit
She might live out in a country where she has a lot of blowing dirt.
Drive violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at
I gotta start writing checks for school. Jesus Christ.
Denver Star Station, Cincinnati K House.
Starting to get going again, huh?
I love metal music, Ugly Ed. Mr. Ed is on the controls. And Mr. Ed,
is the name we have given him. His name is Ed. It's that easy. The last guy, Grant, he abandoned us. General Grant. The names are coming easy for us now. They just have their own. They have their own when they can step in. Okay, listen, let's get to the phones and help people. Suzanne, who do you want me to take next? Do you have that checked? We took her, right? So that's Mark. What should I do here? I want to go to Mark, right? Mark with the health thing. Mark.
Hello.
Let me hold on. What's going on, Mark?
Saul's is no good. The first thing they do.
Saul's. I just tried to call him up. Saul's, whatever the hell it looks like Saul to me, but whatever.
I'm sorry, Mark, you're on though. Hold on, yeah.
So they answer, okay? And I said, hey, you know, I'm seriously, I'm super nice. I say, hey, it's Mark Major with the Tom Martino Show. We have a caller on right now. Step, click. Click.
Okay.
Can't say crap. What a bunch of morons.
No, this is, hey, like I said, this is a show of release. This is a show where we are going to just tell it like it is. He wouldn't talk at all. Now listen,
click.
If you're in business,
a lady.
If you're in business, you don't want to talk to us. That's fine, but you can't ignore it. You can't. You say, hey, we'll take care of it with our customer. But when you're rude and you just hang up, we know you're scum. Saul's and what was the problem with Saul's at this point?
I don't even know what the problem is.
No.
The lady brought in a car that possibly needed an engine, the Jeep.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they did anything wrong.
That's true.
Apparently, though, the morons pulled in the wrong vehicle and tore her engine apart. If that's true, we have no idea what condition that engine was in.
It was a knocking noise, and then they said she needs a new engine. She's not sure if she truly needs a new engine, or if the other car needs the engine, or if they took her apart, or him apart. What number did you call? What's the name of this?
The one on line 6, Tom, is the number he called.
I can't believe her.
You called 303 to the moron Saul, bad to the bone. Well, not really. We don't know that yet, do we? 919-7769. Do you know I used to have a bonehead battalion where they weren't sleaze, but they're just idiots, morons?
Well, that's where these people... Well, I don't know yet, because if you pull in the wrong vehicle and tear apart the wrong engine, I could pretty much honestly say you're stupid.
Listen, let me tell you what I used to do here. Ready? I used to play this song. I think this is the song. Yeah. And I used to just call him bad, idiot, moron, Saul, 303-919-7769, 303-919-7769, Saul's Auto Repair, wherever the help is the name of his place is. Here's the deal. You gotta talk to us or to Stephanie. She needs to figure out what's wrong with her car and if you got the wrong car or not. Is it that easy? Now, Saul, people are listening. People who think they can hang up and ignore cannot hang up and ignore. That is not an option. You talk to your customer. Now, Mark, your turn, Mark. I'm so sorry you've been waiting all this time, Mark. Mark, UC Health, tell me it's not going to be the millions of complaints we hear about UC Health where you thought you were going in to an urgent care and you went into an ER. Let's just do that first. Is that what it is?
No.
Oh,
no,
good.
It wasn't that.
Good. Tell us what it is.
Almost a year ago, I went and saw my physician, who was part of the UC Health system.
Okay.
And he wanted a couple of tests run. So
Was this a normal appointment?
Well, he's a specialist, so I go see him whenever there are issues.
Well, are you referred to him?
No, he's been my specialist for years. He was actually part of Banner Health when I started with him.
All right, and what happened?
He moved to UC.
And what happened?
And so I scheduled the test, one at Medical Center of the Rockies, and then one at Urgent Care in Greeley.
What do you mean you scheduled? What do you mean you scheduled two?
Well, he wanted two different tests.
Okay, got you. And one of them was going to be one place, and one test was going to be at Urgent Care.
Correct.
Okay, and what happened? What kind of test are they?
Oh boy. One was
Like blood test?
A scan. No, one was a scan.
Okay.
Of
just a scan.
Yeah.
And what was the other?
The other one was a blood test. Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on?
So in September of last year, I received a bill from my physician.
In September, you got a bill, okay?
Yeah, first of September, and I paid it online.
How much was the bill?
Website.
How much was that bill?
It was $200.
It's okay, just 200. It's around 200. What else then? What happened?
Yeah. And then in about 2 weeks later, I received a letter from a collection agency telling me that I owed Medical Center of the Rockies some money.
Okay.
And I thought that was really odd. So
Did you think it was all going to be billed in one bill?
Yes, I did.
Do you have health insurance?
Yes, I do.
And did you submit health insurance on each one of these?
Yes.
In the interest of time, I want to know. I want to know what happened, like quickly. Like for example, you paid the doctor bill, but what happened with this other bill for the clinic?
Well, they sent it to a collection agency.
Right.
I ended up paying them after I got confirmation.
How much?
I ended up paying. It was $385 for both.
What do you mean for both?
So
You paid $200 to the doctor previously, so another $185 to the clinic?
No, because there were two separate tests, I had to pay for each of those.
So you paid $200 for the doctor plus another $385 for the tests.
Correct.
Okay, so now what's the issue right now?
The issue is that they failed to credit part of the money for one of the tests, and so now the...
well, didn't you say you had those two tests done at two different facilities?
Yeah.
Did you pay
they were both part of UC Health.
I know, so you paid them both at one place?
I paid them both through the mail using my credit card.
I got you, and you mailed it to one place, and you're saying that somehow only one of the tests was marked paid.
Right, and they carried a balance.
Right. What did they do with the extra money?
They just left it in the in limbo.
That's
ridiculous. Hold on a sec.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Kevin, I can't believe she hung up like that.
Call her again.
I fucking can't believe it. I honest to God, I can't believe it. Hey, Suzanne, call up and see if they hang up on you. Try to get them on.
Be sweet.
Be sweet like you usually are.
Back downtown, northbound I-25, approaching 6th Avenue. The left lane and shoulder remain blocked due to that crash. Big backups heading into the metro area. The weather forecast going to be hot once again today with a high near 100.
I can't believe this.
Denver and 88.
You know, one time though, we had two identical Ford Tauruses in one of our Goodyears. Identical. They were like, 1995 Ford Tauruses. But it's even worse, man. The keys, you could swap and worked. Yep, we pulled.
Okay, mic's on. Plumline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. You've heard me talk about these guys for years and years and years, and I proudly represent them because they are honest, forthright. They tell you when they're coming. They show up on time. They give you prices up front and guarantee work 100% to your satisfaction. Here's the deal with the sewers. Because they have their own drain division and do not subcontract it, you can get it done right. 93 are free. If they can't clear your drain, they don't charge you a dime. And the max you'll pay is 93. That's plumlineservices.com, 303-586-1086.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He says it's all going through her insurance. She'll have her vehicle Monday, but I didn't
What's
wouldn't
going through her
understand the problem enough
Wait,
to talk to him further.
going through her insurance?
Yeah, I said she never mentioned that.
Whether you're learning Spanish,
So did she say
The insurance doesn't fix an engine.
He says that, I said, so it's going through your insurance or hers? He goes, it's going through hers, it's gonna be fine.
Okay, we gotta
So
figure out.
maybe you wanna try calling again and talk to Josh and
Okay, now
get a
we
little
gotta,
more info.
now we gotta do an apology here
No, we
because
don't.
Mark gave us fake news.
Again?
Hey, did you hear we bombed North Korea this morning?
no wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app.
Daphne, Mark is just so disrespectful.
Conversational in a new language like Spanish, French, or more.
Oh.
Babbel.com or
Oh.
download the app and try it for free.
Time
Babbel, BABBEL.com,
for a
or
text.
download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com. Denver egress window can put an egress window.
You know, it's been too hot to even fly. Did you know that? Yeah.
Is that too hot?
Oh my God.
I mean, is it hard on the end?
Oh my God. Like 98 on these little planes at 98 degrees, it'll overheat. Some of them won't even lift off the ground. Somebody.
Because you had a helicopter.
Oh, mine, yeah, that doesn't count because that jet engine doesn't matter. But the little planes I have, like my son is learning, and they can't fucking. I mean, it's like hard to get off the ground.
Running out of room in your home, like maybe you're a hoarder or you got some new kids.
Because they're all air cooled. And you just can't.
You know what? This one happens to be liquid cooled and air. It's one of the few that are, and it's good, but it just is so hot that actually the air coming through, combined with the fluid warming up, it's not cooling down enough and it's getting into the yellow. It hasn't gotten red, but it keeps climbing slowly. Aerodynamically, the air molecules are so thin. Do you know in Phoenix sometimes they have to ground airlines for heat? They can't take off.
For heat?
They can't make it. They can't take. They don't have enough room to take off.
Cold doesn't bother them, but heat does.
No, man, cold is the very best aerodynamically. You know, aerodynamically, cold is good for engines too because the air is so. Yeah, cold is good. Not icing. You know.
Right, not icing. Yeah.
Is there a concern when you take off when they're high? No.
With the little guys,
yeah.
You have full tanks, and two big guys get in the little plane. Yeah, you actually reach your operating limits. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's kind of scary.
You know, he's a jerk. Here's the deal. Here's what he says. We took apart the wrong fucking vehicle. Now, he goes, we barely took it apart, but now we're going to put it back together.
So did they take apart hers, or?
Yeah, they took apart hers thinking it was a different vehicle.
Okay, but did she have the blown engine, or did the other vehicle have the
He's saying she needs an engine.
Okay, no matter what.
No, that's what
What's
he
gonna
just
do
said.
now? Is he going to fix it for her?
He's putting it back together, and he said her insurance is going to cover it, which makes 0 sense.
And did you probe him on that?
I said, what do you mean her insurance is going to cover it? He goes, well, I don't know. That's what she thinks, or that's what she said.
Does she got warranty?
But Mark. So they examined the right car on needing an engine.
No.
Then her car doesn't need it.
They didn't even they thought they were looking at a different vehicle. They pulled hers in.
Right.
And they started tearing it apart. Now, he's saying we didn't tear much of it apart. We only took the plenum off or whatever.
But they know it's bad.
But, yes, they took, correct. They
but
know
then
it's
when they
bad.
put it back together, it's still going to be bad.
They still hasn't put it back together yet.
But when he does, it's still bad. They're not fixing it.
They're not fixing anything. And then they're going
Then
to...
why did he say it's fine? She can pick it up.
Well, because they're going to put it back to the way it was, quote, so she can get it towed out of there because she doesn't want to do the work.
But how do they know the engine's bad?
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea. The guy, he didn't want to come on. He didn't want to give me much more information. And honestly, he was a dick. I don't know what else to say.
Is he an older, younger, what?
He sounds younger.
But if it's knocking, it's just a matter of time anyway. So
I agree with you 100%, but these guys are still fucking morons. I'm not saying they ruined the engine in any way. The way they're handling this is stupid.
Yeah, no, you know, there's been times when we've picked up cars that groove or whatever.
What was that guy's name?
Josh.
The guy, Josh?
And we pick up a car, and the VINs are the wrong number.
I'm Tom Martino, and we are confused.
I'm not too confused. I just talked to Josh.
No. Okay, so she brings her car in to Saul's Auto Repair.
That's right.
He calls and says she needs an engine. Now, was he talking about her car or someone else's car when he said they need an engine? Because he admits they got the cars mixed up. So the diagnosis for a bad engine, is that truly her car?
Yes, he's saying her car needs an engine right now.
Okay, then why did he say he took the wrong car apart?
Because
the other guy was going to have an engine done?
Yeah, I think the other guy was literally going to have an engine done on a similar Jeep.
I see.
So they brought in the wrong vehicle
and started taking it apart.
And started tearing it apart.
But so they started tearing it apart. Then they said, "Uh-oh, wrong car." But what I don't understand is this. They said they're going to put it back together and she can take it.
That's right.
But it's still going to need an engine.
It still definitely needs an engine, which I really don't think has anything to do with them. But what I do think, in my opinion, is they are morons. I don't like the way he talked to me, Josh, and I don't like the way the other person just hung up the first time.
Wait a minute.
And let's face it, they started tearing apart the wrong car.
You don't like the way that they talk to you? Is that what you're saying, Mark?
Yes.
I mean, why? What did they do? Did they hurt your feelings?
They hurt my feelings.
Okay. Jeez, I mean...
I'm going to take that away from you.
No, I just had never heard that before. I just don't like the way he talked to me.
He sounded...
Why? Why? I just had never heard that from you before.
You know what? It's on, brother. It's on.
Except you're not sitting at the, what do you call, sound control.
Damn.
Okay, listen, let's keep going. We really do have to help people. Now, Mark, I don't understand this. We need to take this off the air, but Mark, here it is in a nutshell. What am I not hearing? Why would they take the money for both tests and only mark one paid and pursue you for the other? Why?
Well, they actually pursued me for both at the beginning. They never sent me a bill for those two tests.
I understand, but then, okay, this happens a lot with medical bills. It happened with me, actually. I went into an urgent care, and they did not ever bill me. It went straight to collections. I was astounded by that. By the way, that's how I met Frank Ball, this collection attorney, who actually, he actually listened to me, and I said, look, ask them to show you where they billed me. I said, now, I'm not saying I don't owe the money, but isn't it a courteous thing to take it off my credit report now? Let me pay it. Because I don't deny that I owe it. You don't deny you owe it. You just said you weren't billed. They take you to collection, so you paid it. Now, my question is, I don't want to go back. Why are they keeping the money and not marking it paid?
They have marked it paid now as of the first part of April.
They marked both of them paid?
On my credit.
Oh. See, this is where Mr. Major...
well, now wait a second, though.
He's had that before.
He's showing it paid, but it was late. That's what's negative on his.
If that's... Well, then that's... But he's saying the reason it was late is because they made it late.
Well, he's got a hell of a good argument.
Now, Mark, are you saying they made it late by not crediting you?
Correct.
So had they credited you the first time you paid the $385, not the $200 to the doc, had they credited you, it would have been within time, right?
I believe so, because my credit hit didn't show up until after the first of the year. And
you know, this isn't right. I am so tired the way health care providers are ruining people's credit nowadays. I'm really tired of it. So who is it that is marking this credit? Who is it? Is it UC Health?
No, it's going to... No, well, they're going to be the original creditor, but who's reporting it to the Bureau, man? What's it say on your credit report?
Oh, boy.
We're going to school
Look
you.
at it during the break.
We're going to school you on how to handle this, and I want you to do it. No, I really want you to do it. Then I want you to call us each step of the way. Honest to God, I want to follow this through to see if it works. Okay? Hold on.
Okay.
We'll come back to you and more. Hold on. I'm Tom Martino. Stick around. Ideal Home Loans has a better...
Rapper ASAP Rocky arrested in Sweden. What the hell?
The rapper, man. The rapper.
I never heard of him. Have you ever heard of a rocker named ASAP?
A rapper.
Or a rapper?
You know what? There was an award show.
Right.
I didn't recognize anybody.
Was it the porn awards?
No, I mean, it was like, I did not, no, I would have known all. But I didn't know.
We're getting older, Tom.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, there were some and they're starting to call people legendary I never heard of. I'm afraid.
Okay, here we go. Judge orders Rocky to stay in jail. Says he's a flight risk.
You know what? Do you know, can you imagine having billions of dollars like Epstein and you're sucking prison air and they will not let you out? He'll
He's
pay
sucking.
$100 million.
I'll tell you what he's sucking. He's sucking prison dick.
No, he's not. You know what? Billionaires like that have it made.
He's not a billionaire.
Yeah, he is.
No. They said they looked into it. He's not a.
Well, what
He's
is
not
it?
rich. He offered
He's got a fucking
like
lot.
560 million.
Oh, only 500.
Well, I'm not saying
he's half a billionaire.
Right.
Hey, listen, man. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is for real now. Epstein, if he's in prison, truly, and a billionaire or rich, they have a thing where they'll take care of the inmates' families outside. These inmates
Oh, of course.
take care of them.
Although I heard Martha Stewart, when she was in, she was muff diving.
You heard that?
No.
Martha Stewart.
Well, what do you mean the families take care of?
In other words, they give money to their relatives so they don't fuck with them.
Leave me the fuck alone.
That's how you do it.
So they hire basically.
Here's another one. And this
prison
is
guards.
And this not guards.
No.
Well,
Prison
it could be.
population that are-
No,
They
it could be
take care
guards
of the
too.
family.
It could be guards too, actually. That's
They
the
pay
point.
the fucking mortgage. They do whatever
Yeah.
so people don't fuck with them.
And really it works. I mean, and here's the other thing. Somebody was talking about that in one of the documentaries on how he had a wonderful life. And, well, it was prison. It was wonderful. But no one fucked with him because he just helped people on the outside. And
How about in, what was it, The Godfather? I realized it was a movie, but back then, these mafia guys awaiting trial, they've got their own kitchen in prison, the whole
I wonder
bit.
if that's true too.
I bet it is.
That was on the.
Yeah, where they were cooking spaghetti.
Yeah, sketches, making sausages. Yeah.
Paul Sorvino, wasn't it?
God, that was a good movie.
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas, that's right. I like when little Pesci's in there. You think I'm funny?
Funny, ha-ha?
Funny, ha-ha? I'll show you fucking funny.
Is that where he stabbed him with a?
No, shot him. Didn't he shoot him?
I remember, especially he stabbed somebody who took a pin. So
Now, Trump said he was not, when Trump was at that rally, he said he didn't encourage sending her back.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did at all. I think it was out of control, though. What's he going to do? I think he loved it. Honest to God, I think he loved it. But he can't say that. I don't find it racist at all. I have no idea why people find that racist. Maybe the way they were, maybe the way they were chanting.
I think it was how he said it. Because you know, honestly, there's been times I've said that. If you're so upset about the United States, just leave. I mean, how many stars do you guys know?
Said they were going to go to Canada,
and not one of them have left.
Yeah, I know those pricks. We should sue them. Make them move. Get out of here, Sheriff. I wonder what this guy got arrested for, but the judge is not letting him go. Oh, here we go again. The man ASAP allegedly assaulted. The man that assaulted him and others first. I wonder what he did.
For trusted brands that make a job easier, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's, US only.
They need more time.
Is that the rapper?
Yeah, he looks pretty young. I never heard of him. But I agree, he is definitely a flight risk. He's over in Sweden. Can you imagine if we had some Russian over here, you know, that does some pretty big crime and he wants bail? They're not going to fucking give him bail.
It's kind of funny when Tom said what he said about not knowing. I was watching the award show with the kids.
No idea.
Who are all these kids?
I have no idea. No idea.
No.
No
This
idea.
report is sponsored by Lowe's.
My time was like, you know, Michael Jackson, George Thorogood on that side, Metallica, you know, George Michaels. I don't even know if these people are Madonna. She was fucking huge. Cyndi Lauper.
Geez, George Michael didn't last long.
Is he dead?
George
No,
Michael?
George Michael. He was with Wham or something like that.
I was thinking George on his own.
No, that's not George Michael. Wasn't George Michael the guy that died? The gay guy?
He's definitely was. Yeah, I don't know if he's dead.
George Michael's a pretty one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away.
Who did that Karma Chameleon song? That was a great song.
That was,
Come Chameleon.
Boy George.
Boy George.
Yeah, he's still alive.
That album was pretty fucking good back in the day.
He cleaned up pretty good.
Michael Jackson, fucking, all this shit afterwards. I think he did shit he definitely shouldn't have done, because I don't think both those guys would have the same story and shit. But back in the day, I liked that motherfucker. I still like his music. He could sing, he could dance. You can say whatever you want about Joe, but Joe turned out some fucking talented kids. Now, he might have done it by beating the shit out of them or whatever, but that whole fucking family was talented as shit.
No, he was strong.
He was strong, man.
That was one of those, when he died, that kind of bothered me. I didn't even know the guy, personally, but that really bothered me. You don't think from afar that kind of stuff catches you, but it caught me the wrong way.
Yep, I agree, man. Now, I'll tell you who had a heavy hand, and I did not like him because it went too heavy, is Ike. But, man, fucking
Ike was a pimp.
He was a fucking pimp, man.
Because she was the talent.
Right.
That shit was crazy.
And she was good. I seen her here. She was in her 60s. She jumped around like, she looked good.
Wow.
She's dead too, right? Drugs?
Is she?
No.
Tina Turner's not dead.
Oh,
I'm thinking Whitney Houston's dead.
Whitney.
Drugs.
Yeah. That was too bad.
She took that Dolly Parton song. That is one of the few songs that I swear to God, she did it so much better than the original artist. It's unbelievable. Dolly Parton wrote and sung that song way back when, and what's her name took that song to a whole new level. Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Tina Turner, 79.
Holy shit! I thought for some reason we were talking about Ike. What a fucking scumbag he was, man. Tina Turner's pimp.
We didn't know he was a scumbag at the time.
The movie laid it out.
It started, what do you think of Joe Jackson, though? I said, you know what, think of what you want of him. He raised all those kids talented as shit, man. You got to give him credit for what he did. I know he had a heavy hand. I don't know how heavy, but shit, man, those kids are talented as shit. And I think that's all him. I think if he wasn't in the picture, they wouldn't have been what they were. I honest to God believe that.
Oh, yeah.
He pushed it.
I'm Tom Martino, and I am here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, make your life a little easier, and as I said, just get a release.
Just let it out. Just get it off your chest. Anything you want to say, if you just want to sound off, call. Do you realize this is the only place in media, and Facebook and YouTube are live, and of course iPod or podcasts. You guys can call 303-MARTINO anytime. This is the only place where we can just do anything we want. We turn the microphone over to you. This is not a show where we shove politics up and down your body parts, and we don't try to convince you to do one thing or another. Really, I don't care. I swear to God, I do not care about your, as far as being part of this show and getting helped and all that. I'm not going to say I don't care about you. I do. But I don't care about what religion you are, what sexual preference you are, what political affiliation you are, what gender you are, what anything. All we care about is that you want to help and be helped. And you help by calling. Okay, so let's get to the phones. Enough of this, right? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Rod Greer's with us, JFR Cars. Today is car day, technically. It's a kind of laid-back car day, but we do have some email questions for him I'll get to. I want to get down for people who've been waiting a long time and try to help them. And again, Mark, on the credit thing. Okay, here's the deal. He paid his doctor bill, then he paid the tests. He was not billed for the tests, but they finally caught up with him on credit report. He pays it, and they mark it late. They mark it paid. It's still giving him a ding. Now, here's the deal. The same exact thing happened to me. I paid and they marked me late. No, I didn't pay. They marked me late, but they never billed me. I didn't even know it was there until I saw it on my credit. I contacted the collection attorney, and he actually listened to me, Frank Ball, and I said, I was never billed for this ever. And he says, you're right. And he says, that's not fair to go straight to collection. Just pay it, and I'll get it marked off your report. And he did. Now, Mark Major over here, he's done that twice. Sued creditors to get it off his report. Or well, one for him, one for Suzanne, I think. But Mark, we're going to walk you step by step and want to use you as an example. You're going to sue whoever put that ding on your credit step by step in small claims court. Okay. And we're going to see what happens. So, let's start. What do you do, Mark? He has to find a representative for that.
He's going to sue the original creditor, which is what? UC of Colorado, whatever he said.
Yeah, UC Health.
Yeah, so you're going to find out who the registered agent is on the Secretary of State's page. They most likely have one of these corporation places.
And if there is not a registered agent
there
in the state?
There will be. There's no doubt there will be.
Are there people,
in this case.
Are there people that don't have registered agents here?
Well, the worst part...
Like Sears?
No, Sears would have one because they have Sears stores here.
Okay, when you have a presence in a state,
yes,
you have to have a registered agent in the
state.
Even if the corporation is domiciled somewhere else?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. If they do business and have some form of brick and mortar here, like even Uber, Amazon, Lyft, all of them, there's going to be a registered agent, and those are global companies. So you're going to find it, you're going to take them to small claims court for breach of contract. They're going to either have to show up or not show up. Well, actually, they are going to show up, but they're going to hire an attorney. Now, they're going to have to think really hard. Hey, this guy's already paid me. Are we going to pay an attorney $300-400 an hour to go through this? But if you have a valid claim, you're going to win anyhow in court. You're literally going to win, and it's going to be removed. But most likely what's going to happen...
They will never send an attorney, will they, Mark?
Oh, they generally always get an attorney involved very quickly.
But not to go.
No, they'll reach out to you with either their corporate attorney or someone they hire here. And then you explain what's going on. Then they're going to have to make a decision. Now, I'll say this. If you truly had this out there for a year, they might fight you. They might think it doesn't matter to them for principle. They'll pay the $300-400 an hour, or if it's an in-house attorney, whatever. But
why,
generally, why?
Yeah.
Well, because, some people do stuff out of principle. But if you honestly think it's real, this is a good way to get something off your credit report. My point is, people listening, there is times you might do this, and it's not going to matter because they're going to fight you.
Okay, so, Mark, first thing to do.
Yes. Colorado SOS.
Go to Colorado Secretary of State, find out the registered agent for UC Health. And now, remember, we don't give legal advice, we give logistical advice.
Yeah, and stuff we've done.
Right, on stuff and how to, the logistics. 303-713-TALK. Suzanne, give him an easy way to get back in touch with us, okay? Marie, I am so sorry for the wait, Marie. Thank you for waiting. What's happening?
Yes.
What's going on, Marie?
Okay. I've been getting this call. Well, I've been playing with these guys since Tuesday. But anyway, it's Publishers Clearinghouse, and they said I've won $2.5 million.
Hey.
But hey.
That's great.
I'm excited. I'm excited. And then he said I only had to send him $4.99.
Great. You're still ahead.
That math is great.
I told him I sent him a check for $4.99. And then he said, no, it had to be $499. And then he said, well, since you made the mistake, now you have to give me $1,000 to get it.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Now, Marie, here's the deal. Obviously, it's not real.
I know it's not real.
Never, ever. Let me say this very clearly. You never have to pay to collect a legit prize, ever. Now, if you truly won a prize, they likely do. In some cases, they do withholding, or they give you a 1099. They never collect it, or they just keep it. They don't. In other words, they withhold. You never pay, ever. So that's the easiest way to know it's a scam. So now, are you calling because why? Why are you calling?
I just want to tell you, but I told him I'd call. He said, I told him I was talking to my niece and everything, and she said I shouldn't give you the $1,000 and everything. And he said, this is private. You
Can we
tell us about this? You can call him, but I don't know if you'll get through because every time I call back to him, then he doesn't answer the call, but he calls me right back.
Oh, I would just love to hear it. What about? How could we do it though? I want to see what's going on with this. Now, did you think for a second? Tell the truth, Marie. Did you think maybe you won?
Until he told me I had to pay him $4.99, I did.
Right.
No. Is that even around anymore? Don't they do some like kind of green stamps and then?
No, there are real publisher clearing, or there was a clearinghouse where they truly won. But I want to figure out, Mark. Let's see. You're telling me he won't answer. He's never answered your call.
No, it says the party you're calling is not available. Leave your message, and then I'll hang up. I won't even leave a message, but within like a minute or two, he calls me back.
At this point, does he still believe that you believe him?
Yes, he does.
Then do me a favor, Marie. Here's the thing. I want you to call, and when he calls you back, I would like for you to say that you want you want to get this prize. You're so nervous, and you're not good with these things. And say your brother is going to help you out, and then say if you could call my brother, and then give him my number. And we'll give 303 Martino, but you won't say 303 Martino.
He won't.
What?
He won't do it because I told him I wanted him to talk to my niece.
And what did he say?
He said, we have to keep this private between us. And you're not supposed, you're not.
She should be able to add us to the call. So you call, he calls you back.
She may not know how to do it.
And then you bring us in on your cell phone as a third call.
Do you know how to do that?
You just hit add call.
No, when he calls her, that's what happens.
He puts her. What do you have, an iPhone? Whatever it is.
She says, please hold on.
Yeah, you hit hold.
There's no hold. What do you mean hit hold?
Well, yes, you hit add call then.
If somebody calls me, you're saying that I can put them on hold.
I'll do it right now.
Let's try me. Anyway, but here's the point. We're going to figure it out. I'd love to hear it, Marie. I would. Now, Miles wants to talk about flex fuels. Miles?
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Well, I'm looking to get a used van for work. Mine was stolen on Sunday. And I found some good deals, but they're flex fuel vehicles, and I don't really know a lot about them.
There's nothing wrong with a flex fuel.
Do they take regular gas, too, or do you have to use that special, whatever, C39 or whatever that stuff is?
But there's nothing wrong. I mean, flex vehicles are just fine as far as vehicles. There's nothing. I mean, so what would be your concern?
Well, my concern is trying to find flex fuel.
No. Flex fuel means it runs on more than one kind of fuel.
You're not going to use flex fuel. I mean, isn't corn more expensive now?
But hold on. Am I right in saying that? Do you know, Rod? Flex fuel doesn't mean there is this thing called flex fuel. It means that it's flexible, I believe.
It's either gasoline or it's the corn.
Or the E85.
Whatever, yeah.
Right. And it's just, here's the hook. When you get a flex fuel vehicle, you lose a little bit on gas mileage because the engine doesn't optimize on either one perfectly. It's kind of a if it's a gas motor.
It'll run on ethanol.
Yeah, it would, but it's not. The engine doesn't.
You're saying, as they say, a master of none, but good for certain things, but a master of none.
Right. It's convenient in certain states.
Plus, that E85 with gasoline prices now is a complete ripoff. You get a lot less mileage, and it costs about the same.
Do they even have E85 pumps anymore? I don't know.
I haven't seen one.
So here's the point, Miles. Yeah. It's really not a bad vehicle. What Rod said basically is it's not perfectly efficient as a gas or perfectly efficient as ethanol, but convenient that it burns both. There's nothing really wrong with the engine. They're not bad engines, bad cars, and they also have different seals. That's the main part. The seals are made to withstand the alcohol.
Rod, I have someone on Facebook.
Sponsored by Lowe's.
Yeah, I have some questions.
If they want basically you just got to describe, or Tom asked them, how does it work? They call you up and tell you what you want, and then you find it. And I mean, really, people want to know how the hell it works, because most people have never used a broker.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I mean, it seems very straightforward.
Are you a licensed dealer though in the state you're from?
I think you have to be, right? What is it if you sell more than, what, 5 or something?
4, right?
No, I think the law basically says that if you sell a car
that's not yours,
with the intent to make a profit, you're considered a dealer.
Oh, wow. Not your own car, though.
No. You got to, I mean, and nobody can actually police it, but that's what the law says.
Yeah, but it would be your own car. You could go buy any car with the intent to turn and sell it for a profit. So, I mean, yeah.
Right, but if you make a living out of it or make it do it periodically,
correct.
You got to go get your license.
Fix It 24/7. I've been talking about the free second opinions because I don't want you to spend money you don't have to spend. And they are so honest and forthright. But now let me talk about just the company, okay? They're busy. But please don't let that deter you. If you can wait for them, wait for them. And if it's an emergency, tell them. But here's why I love Fix It 24/7. They're honest and knowledgeable and have this philosophy, due to the owner, George, to do the extra mile. They really do. In everything they do, they find something extra to add value to what you get. And then, especially if you're part of their club, their comfort club or whatever they call it, then you get priority in times when you need it. But whether you're part of that or not, just remember the $39 people to find any problem, and they apply that to whatever repair you have done. I use them all the time. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Why do they run KH? QC, American Rest, and QC again.
What if you could buy beautiful new exterior windows and get them
So who's better, KC or Champion? You should do Champion as well.
You mean K&H?
Yeah.
Champion has a beautiful window. You want to know the truth? All of the really good vinyl windows, they're the same. Not the same manufacturer, but they really have the same extruded vinyl, air spaces, good, strong pane glass.
Get bids by both. Okay, is the bottom line.
It boils down to their specials or the company.
Timing.
KHWindows.com.
We have another one on referrals.
If you're running out of room in your home, like maybe your
Yeah, no, there's a tape. We did one that's 2 minutes long. We did one. It should be in the system. You don't see it? Yeah. It's not normal, but they run them every now and then. It's a question Q&A.
Now is the time to move into your
It's a 2-minute what?
It's a little mini infomercial.
For who?
You need to call.
Oh.
They've been around.
Yeah, I cut a couple of those.
Talk 2-minute commercials.
So listen, we were talking about, what were you talking about?
Windows.
Huh?
Windows.
Yeah. Whatever they're doing, their specials or whatever, and the company, I mean, both of those companies are solid.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Champion probably, when I say more solid, what I mean is Champion is a big corporation. K&H is owned by Ted. So if Ted wants to retire, I guess he could shut it down. Things like that. But K&H is solid.
You mean like Everclear?
So long.
What about value?
I don't know. Pretty clear. Pretty close.
Oh, no, I said the value.
Oh, the value. I thought that was the brand. The value depends on the windows. You can get better values with Champion under certain circumstances. If you're buying like a patio room and doing this and that,
but just cost wise.
If you're doing like just one window, then it would just be strictly price. If you're doing like packages like now, the value is better with K&H with the 5.5
has less ozone days.
When K&H does a special, it's a real deal. I mean, they're not. You're truly getting them installed for $1. I mean,
regular car
that makes no sense.
It's really
right, but they said because
they said Canadian cars have nothing to do with it.
Champion sometimes
No,
has
they're saying
5-2
because of
get
the
one
corn
free.
had less
And
ozone.
when Champion
But they're comparing
takes
it against
a couple
20
years
years
do
ago.
that,
And
you
cars
really
have
are
gone
getting
so much better.
They're not even close.
Yeah.
That's my whole
So
point.
it
Really, when
actually
it comes to
proves
value,
yeah.
it depends on the specials, shop specials.
It's
And sometimes,
that was the worst bill that they ever
if
put
you
in.
know specials that companies have run in the past,
Ask for us on your Amazon or
you
Google
can go to them and say, I want that now. I mean, people don't understand that. These rotating specials, they'll give you any one of them at any time, right? You gotta ask.
Yeah. They're hungry, I guess.
If you're looking, let me help you. I'll hook you up with the rack. Hi, I'm
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, we got Mark wants to talk about a car title, and Ken wants to talk about Terminix, and Ben, Flex Fuel, has a Flex Fuel comment. Jim, Verizon Wireless. So, Ben, we were just talking about Flex Fuels. You have a comment. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, thank you, Tom. Love 630, love you. Anyway,
thanks,
man. Fuel, it's really great for your engine because it burns less, it burns on less residue after it's been used.
Okay.
Yeah. Flex Fuel has that small advantage. It actually does keep your engine cleaner, burns cleaner.
I haven't thought of that. Do you think about power, though? What about power?
Now, that is another thing. Since it does not have that same kind of, let's just call it potential energy, it really does not have the same kind of pedal. You won't feel the same pedal response. You won't.
No, even when you're burning regular fuel?
Now, this is the key difference. It is designed to burn in a unleaded gasoline engine that is acceptable of the ethanol kind of stuff that is in the Flex Fuel, but it is not exactly the same thing technically. Like I said, it doesn't burn the same.
So I mean, but what Rod was saying is because it's flexible, it doesn't truly. It's not really efficient on either of them.
You know, the secret is to maximize the cost saving. You have the cost saving from Flex Fuel being it can be sometimes 50, 75 cents.
When? Wait. You get 25% less miles, and it's basically, even at some gas stations right now, it's more expensive.
Hold on. I want to know. I
haven't bought it in Colorado, so I don't know. But I bought it last year in another state, and it was $1 almost cheaper than unleaded.
But Ben,
I don't know about Colorado.
What Mark is saying about mileage, do you find that to be true, or is that a rumor? That you get less mileage?
It does not get you. I do know this for 100% truth. It does not get you the mileage.
Oh.
However, you can get around that by putting at the bottom of the tank 1/3 premium, and then putting on top of it 2/3 Flex Fuel.
Really?
It's
Why?
A burn cleaner. You're going to pay about what unleaded costs. It's going to burn cleaner. And the premium at the bottom is going to restore the gas mileage.
Jeez, I think it would
That's
clog
weird.
up filters and stuff.
No, I don't think it clogs things, Mark. I think they've been way beyond that in technology. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. 303-713-TALK. Mark, go ahead. Car titles. What about them?
Hello, Tom.
Hey, what's going on, Mark?
Hey. I am interested in buying a new car.
Yes.
And I'm looking all over the place on the internet, and I see where a lot of different vehicles list as their title as either rebuilt or salvage or clear titled, all that stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's all about?
First and foremost, rebuilt doesn't mean anything. Okay, rebuilt, it doesn't necessarily mean salvage, but it probably does. I would ask, but if a car has a salvage title, here's what it means. That an insurance company deemed it a total loss, mathematically, and that's all they go by, and then decided to salvage it. Then it was sold at auction. Now, sometimes those salvage vehicles are very easy to fix and put back on the road, and sometimes they're not. The key is that it's repaired properly. But here is something that is haunting, even though it really shouldn't be. If it's salvaged and rebuilt or fixed, even if it's done in an excellent fashion, you may have a good car, but you're going to lose value. It's never going to hold the same value as one without the salvage. It really comes down to how it was repaired. If you're going to keep a car, and you don't care about trade-in value or resale, there is nothing wrong with a salvaged car that has been rebuilt to iCar standards and has been done perfectly. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
It's a
Now,
way to save money. It's a way to save money.
Now, are usually those kind of cars still insurable?
Yes, they are, but
if it was totaled for hail, for example, and you had more hail after you had it fixed or other damage, you might not get anything covered, though.
Well, no, what he means is if it's not fixed. If it's totaled for hail and the hail's fixed, you know, it's a car, and if they insure it, they're insuring it. But if
but
it
the
was,
value is so little because it's been salvaged.
No, it is. I know it is. In other words, what Mark is saying is it might get totaled easier next time because it's not worth what the other cars are worth of its same vintage.
And you got a couple of challenges as well.
Hold on. Go ahead, Rod.
Here's your other challenge. You don't always know what type of salvage or the car or why the car was salvaged. And that can be a problem. It could have been flipped 100 times and someone tried and got it for super cheap and they shouldn't have rebuilt it.
Or a flood car, which would really suck.
That is true. Knowing why it was salvaged is a big benefit because you never want a water car. But a hail car, now they no longer issue salvage titles for hail cars, or they call it something else. They just take it out of circulation and it goes to salvage, but it doesn't carry a salvage title for hail. So I would say it boils down to the individual unit. And as Rod said, man, if I didn't know what caused it to be salvaged, I'd have a very tough time buying it. I would want to know.
Yeah, would that show up on Carfax?
Sometimes it does.
Not all the time.
But sometimes when it is totaled, it doesn't say why.
Right.
It just says totaled or salvage, and you don't always get the story. You would have to actually do some detective work, and you know it can be a problem. Hey, Ken, what is this Terminex issue?
Yeah, Tom.
What is it?
Cam. We had Terminex service scheduled, and this is for the June 12th.
And what's the problem?
They claim that they came out. The serviceman was here. He left an empty flyer on the door. The problem that we had addressed wasn't taken care of.
Well, are you on a regular plan or on a...
Yes, a regular plan every 2 months.
Okay, so, well, then just have them come back, right?
They won't come back.
Well, you do have another regular scheduled visit, though, right?
No, after the phone tag that we've been playing with them, we did cancel finally. They did cancel it. But every time you call, you're on hold for a half an hour.
All right, hold on. We're going to find out about Terminex service right after this.
I think that guy's wrong on it's good for the engine.
I've heard guys say
It's good for the engine, he said?
Yeah, that's what that guy said. Then,
What does he mean good, though?
it does keep the engine clean as far as for carbon, but I've heard it dries stuff out. It's corrosive.
Like seals?
Yeah.
But the new seals can take it, so it doesn't matter. It
You're
doesn't dry out.
talking on the E8, the flex fuel vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Well, but even just the alcohol, the
Right.
stuff we burn now,
I know.
15%.
The 15% that we're burning now is not good.
Yeah.
It would be better not to do that. But it's hard to find. It's hard to
You gotta
find.
pay extra for regular all gas.
Maverick's the only one that...
All of the gas stations?
Yeah.
I was looking for some because I need to find. I don't like the ethanol in here.
But I think the ethanol raises the octane. That's what they do.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more performance, but you lose everything on the back end on the miles per gallon. And I've seen guys who would do half and half.
Let's talk about the coolness of QC. Now, I just can't explain to you how great this is. The Quiet Cool fan, the whole house fan, it's better than just a whole house fan because it's quiet. It has a more powerful motor, and the installation is so cool. It goes, of course, in the upper floor, there's a small grate in the ceiling. Now it's actually attractive. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you have a remote that you can hang on the wall or carry or put down somewhere. So there's no wiring, no drywall to clean up, nothing. It takes less than an hour to install, and you will be amazed by the change. You immediately find this fresh air flowing through your home, right? It brings up cool air from the basement or just de-stratifies the air. But the real benefit is how it pressurizes the attic and pushes out the hot air. That's the #1 benefit. And you can use it to reduce AC bills. In some cases, like Dan right here, Deputy Dan, he doesn't use his air conditioner most of the time now. So you need to check them out. 720-398-4510, 720-398-4510, QCcolorado.com. Sorry for the brain fart. You know, it's going to happen, right? I'm an old fucking man.
Hey, Mark, so that is why they use it in alcohol, pure alcohol. It raises the octane over 100, so they can have higher compression, which makes for,
Oh, what's that?
You deleted all of the sour.
Oh, I did it by mistake.
Hey, it's okay. I put American Restoration back on.
I'm sorry. Oh God, I mean, Suzanne, don't call the paramedics yet.
You know, Frank, what I love is that Ideal Home Loans is a mortgage company, but helping home buyers. And in this market, we need all the help we can get. And all they have to do is log on
You know, I
to
was telling Dan
idealhomeloans.com.
that
And
you can't fly on these days like this.
Amazing this home scouting
Too
report.
dangerous.
And
Too hot. You don't have enough aerodynamic energy yet. And then also the engine's overheat. It's very difficult.
We, during the summer, this blows me away. You know where Bullhead City is?
Yes.
That Bullhead City, they fucking,
what's
the gambling place across Arizona into Nevada? Bullhead City in Laughlin.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
They fucking close that airport during the summer.
Well, Phoenix
they do.
At like 10 a.m.
Well, there are some commercial flights that they ground in Phoenix. You can't leave.
It's crazy.
Because
Would that be bad?
you don't have
What is the temperature? Imagine that. It takes
over
air
100.
pressure and temperature.
Oh shit, Bullhead City's like gets to 120, man.
There are some days that it's canceled due to heat. Look at a man scales down 19-story building to escape fire. Look at him.
But
Man,
nobody
is that
died.
guy some fucking ballsy character? Holy shit! Why didn't they get up there to help him?
Nobody died in the fire.
That's fucking nuts.
Well,
Hey, I guess when it,
when you're facing a prospect of burning.
man, there was people that jumped out of the Twin Towers.
No, you know what? That I don't even understand that. Like, are they committing suicide, saying I'd rather die this way?
I think they are. They're saying I don't want to burn alive.
Oh my God, it's so sad.
Remember then all these maniacs came out trying to sell these stupid parachutes and shit after
Did
that.
they? Oh, I didn't.
It is so sad.
I mean, what are the chances of walking around with a parachute on all the time?
Or bungees.
Bungee would suck because it'd bring you right back into the fire.
Here you get
Thank God. Oh shit!
I'm back. I wanted you guys to talk about that new Corvette that rolled out yesterday.
Yes.
They showed it yesterday,
Was
the
it
mid-engine, whatever.
I mean, are they talking about the mid-engine one?
Yeah. It rolled out yesterday.
What is it?
I think they start like at fucking 60 grand brand new.
I think it's more than that.
No, it's not as much. I don't know if it's 60. I don't know if it's 60, but I do know it's way more reasonable than anything on the market. C8.
That's a fucking good looking vehicle.
Oh,
Holy shit.
It looks like that Ferrari. It looks like that Ferrari.
Or the Ferrari looks like it.
Yeah, but Ferrari was wrong.
Oh, the Eagles.
Look at that thing. Look at this.
Okay, it's car day today. The new Corvette rolled out, the C8. Oh my gosh. This is like a mid-engine Corvette. It's a game changer. And it looks like a Ferrari. So we have comments on flex fuel since we've been talking about it. But really when we're talking about flex fuel, there is no such thing. So we're either talking about gasoline, unleaded fuel, or a 15% blend or an 85% blend. Ted has a comment on, I imagine, the alcohol or the ethanol. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Tom, I can speak from experience on this, particularly when it comes to older vehicles. I know last week you were talking about vapor locking.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen with new vehicles because the pressurized fuel systems, but if you have an older vehicle with a carburetor and a mechanical fuel pump...
Yeah, that ethanol can cause you problems, right?
Yes. Well, ethanol has a much lower boiling point, and it will boil away the fuel, and then it can't pump it. So my old 82 Dodge Aries has issues in this real hot weather. When it gets real hot like this, it will lose its ability to pump fuel. And
yeah, it will. You're right. It can cavitate. It can vapor lock. It's bad news. Suzanne, what about Marie? She called the Publishers Clearinghouse back, or
yeah, and they said you can call. I put the number on 7 for you.
She said her brother wants to help.
And wants to pay it.
Marie.
Yes.
So you set it up for me to call?
Right. I told him that Tom would be. I put Tom's name on the check, and he will call you, or call them. You'll call him.
Oh, good.
And he said that's okay. So let's see if it works.
I'll do it. Okay. So this is a good time to do it, right? Call Ken. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on a second, man. This is good. And then I'll bring her up. So I'm going to be talking to Jordan for Marie, and it's a Publishers Clearinghouse thing, but we have to pay money to get it. Ooh, boy. I don't know how I'm going to handle this one. Do you have to dial? Yeah, you'd have to dial 9, then 1-702. Uh-oh, 666. That should tell me. Sign of the devil. Okay. A lot of these scam numbers have been having the sign of the devil. Okay.
Oh.
Can I speak to Jordan, please?
This is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. My sister wants me to help her out with this, and I'd certainly like to help her, man. She could really use the money right now. Publishers Clearinghouse. I mean, I've seen those commercials and where they grant these giant checks and all that. Are they going to do a presentation for her, or are they just going to mail it to her? How's it going to work?
There will be a...
Hello? I think that was a mistake. Don't you? Did you guys pick up in there anything to do that? Did you? Okay, let me try this again. Somehow that... I think it was a mistake. I'm going to call him back.
You know, he didn't have an accent.
No, he did. I think he did. Hold on. 1-702. Sign of the devil. 666. Okay. Dang. I hope we had him on the hook. Dang. You think he hung up on us? Come on, Jordan. Come on.
The person you are calling is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
Jordan, we got cut off. This is Tom. I was calling for my sister Marie. I don't know what happened. I'll try you back, or you can call me 303-627-8466. Thanks. Okay, so Suzanne, watch that number 303 Martino for sure. Oh, Marie, I don't know what happened. We got cut off. Now, let's talk to Jim about Verizon. He has a Verizon problem. Jim, go ahead. What's going on with you?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Tom. I live just south of Castle Rock, just about 1.5 miles south of the fairgrounds there.
Yeah.
And I've had Verizon forever. Well, Verizon doesn't work at my home worth a darn. The best I can get is maybe 1 bar. So I called Verizon yesterday.
And now, do you use this as your home phone, too?
No, sir. It's a secondary phone.
Okay.
But they opened what they call an engineering.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, it either works or it doesn't. Now, is this something that just developed over time, or did it never work?
No, sir. It's never worked. We've lived there 1.5 years.
So why didn't you complain earlier about it?
Well, I have, and they tell me, well, you need to just,
Hello?
Anyway, they finally gave me an engineering review, and they sent me back and said, yes, we have determined that our signal is inadequate, and we can fix that for I think it's a $250 enhancement, signal enhancer. And I think,
what do they do for that $250?
Well, they send me a box, I guess, that I install, and but it seems to me.
Is it the Wi-Fi? Is it the Wi-Fi thing they do?
Yeah, it is.
But here's what I want to say to you, all right, Jim? There has been much discussion about what constitutes breach of contract, okay? And in the past, there have been cases where judges have let consumers out of contracts based on coverage. But that's not happening much anymore. The cell phone industry knows that if they were held to coverage, they could have cancellations for any reason. People could just say, I can't get you where I live. And I think in the new contracts, I haven't actually looked at them, but I know that I haven't heard of many of these anymore. They tell you to check the coverage map, and you say you check the coverage map, and you sign that you've checked the coverage map. They're not guaranteeing coverage. They really aren't.
Usually they give like 30 days, though.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if you can't get it...
I've been with them for like 20 years.
Yeah, I know. Have you tried to simply get away? Have you said to them, by the way, I'd like to just leave, and just did you try to terminate peacefully?
No, I haven't, but I've been with them so darn long on this contract.
I wouldn't use the coverage as a legal thing, like, hey, you're breaching my contract. I don't know if I'd do that, but I would say, hey, can I get out? I'm
so confused. He just said he's been with them 20 years.
Yes, but I don't understand.
How can you have a 20-year contract?
No, he doesn't have a 20-year contract.
Oh no, they renew it every couple of years.
Do they give you a new phone or something? Why do you renew every couple of years?
What's wrong with it? Or you're saying why not go month to month, Mark?
Well, I don't understand why you would sign a contract every couple of years. That's all. Like DirecTV, Comcast, anybody. Once you're out of, you go month to month.
Yeah, Mark is saying, why aren't you going month to month? Or he's asking.
Yeah, they give you a better rate,
and they give you spiffs all the time. Every time I've called Comcast, they've lowered my price.
You're in a perpetual contract with Comcast.
They lower my price every time I call them. It's so funny. And then I think I'm obligated till 2085, but year 2085.
How come cell phone companies don't do what timeshare companies do, where they lock you in forever? How come timeshare companies got away with it forever, but cell phone companies can't have a lifelong contract?
Well,
Why?
First of all, timeshare doesn't really put you into a lifelong contract. It's an ownership, and by default, since you can't get out of the ownership, but what they're saying is recourse. They snuck that in there, and actually I think that's one of the ways the FinLaw Group and others get out of it is by talking about that perpetuality thing. But we're digressing. Let's talk about you. Jim, I don't think that you have a strength of argument to get you out of your contract, but I don't think they're going to give you a hard time, do you?
Well, I don't think so. What I'd like to do is have the necessary equipment installed at their expense, not mine.
Yeah, but it is your expense, though. Okay, let's say, well, why should they pay? They don't pay for your phone. What if there was a phone that enhanced the signal or got better signal than others? Should they buy you that phone?
Well, no, probably not.
I don't think it's unreasonable. Now, here's what would really piss me off if I pay for that equipment and it doesn't work, because we've had that done. Remember years ago, we're not with Verizon anymore. I'm with AT&T. I used to be with Verizon for years and years and years, but here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. What happens is that, I went to AT&T, but I think, I don't know, I just think you can get out. What do you think? Let just try and see what they say, but I would not press the argument. We had with Verizon when we were with them that enhancer. Mark, remember how ridiculous it was?
That was junk, but the one I have for AT&T at my house absolutely works.
So it does
perfectly.
work. It does work.
The ones that
what does it do?
The ones that connect to Wi-Fi, so your internet's got to be up. As soon as I get in range, it's just like a tower. It grabs onto it, and it works perfect.
So it Wi-Fi's you to a tower is what it's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing.
We have more coming up.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken
That
Loans.
funky monkey you had with Verizon was just a fucking piece of shit. It was just like some kind of range extender. Did nothing.
Worst experience I ever had.
In this building. Outside of this building, it probably worked great for you. This building is a dead zone for Verizon.
But AT&T works, so.
But look, he could buy these things for $45.
Yeah, and they work.
They do work. If they plug into the Wi-Fi, they work.
Well, actually, is that how it is?
Yeah, Wi-Fi extender, repeater, wireless signal booster, Wi-Fi repeater.
Why is American Restoration doing more than one live?
Dude, if you knew what they were throwing on the station next door, I just, for the life of me, I know it's going to go down that fucking rabbit hole we visit all the time.
This is repeater.
Right.
Was that on sale? I wonder.
Okay, I'm turning the mic on. Quiet. Remember the name for when you need it, and I hope you don't need it. American Restoration 24/7. The name says it all. They restore you. That doesn't mean just taking care of the emergency. That means helping you rebuild. Now, here's what I love about them. They don't pressure you into any of it. They do it in phases. So if you have an emergency, you have a windstorm, or you have some kind of water damage, broken pipe, call them. 8337 AM REST. And then, if you want to rebuild, they help you through that process too. Everything is wide open, and they're just good people. 8337 AM REST.
Look at the reviews on it too, man. The reviews are unbelievable.
On what?
This Wi-Fi thing for $45.
So, I'm
Look at
wondering
these
if I
fucking
should just
reviews.
have one anyway. I'm wondering if I should have one anyway at my house, Cherry Creek, because, I mean, it's okay, but it could be better.
It either works or doesn't, man. These are incredible, though. $45.
I'm out in the boonies, so that would work great.
Is your Wi-Fi good?
How far out?
Then you're golden. That's all you need, man.
How far out are you?
I'm like, I'm Gun Club and Smoky Hill.
Here's the other cool part. If you've got a newer router, a newer wireless router like I do, I can probably go 150 yards around my house outside. So like when I'm mowing and stuff,
You know what I have?
and it works perfect.
You know what I have? I have Google extender for my Wi-Fi.
Those work
Holy
great.
shit, are they strong? The thing is, it gives you two networks. I mean, because the Google network is another network.
The new, that's how.
Mesh?
No,
it's mesh. It's all one, but it has separate identity.
I'm gonna try to he said to call him back. The
His
publisher's
isn't truly mesh.
clearinghouse guy.
Mesh is always the same. Yours isn't truly mesh. You've got the same kind of setup I do.
What is mesh?
Mesh, you have different ones that you put around the house,
Right.
and it's all one. When you go like to your phone or whatever you're getting on the internet with, it's all the same thing. There's not multiple ones.
Okay, mine is, I have 5 around the house.
And then like 5 EXT or whatever.
No, but it's all one. That was 5. But my other one is 1. So
Yeah.
my original network remains.
Yeah.
But the Google Mesh network
Is the
is
new
all one.
Yeah.
Even though there's 5 points.
Right.
They're all one.
Oh yeah, correct.
You get
How
equal-
come? Why are you using the original one then? You don't even need that.
But what I mean, it just shows up. I don't have to log into it, but it shows up. I mean,
I don't even know why it's there.
What do you
It
mean
gives
why it's
you-
there? Because it's the one that Google's hooked to.
Oh, okay. Some of them you buy the main router, and then you have those things you put around the house, and it's all one. There is no other one. You're saying you have 2. I don't understand why you have 2.
Well, my Google, when I set it up,
It connects to your other router?
it says pick your network, you pick it, and then your password,
Got
and
it.
it logs that one in. But then you assign that one its own
Yeah, then
username and
everything.
password.
So you can buy one, though. You don't have to have that first step. You just,
It takes the place of
Of the router.
Comcast router.
that's right. And then everything is mesh around.
But it has to use your broadband from Comcast.
Yeah, it uses the Comcast
Okay, so
modem.
in other words, that thing that I have from Comcast, technically,
That's a modem.
that's for TV, and it converts into TV and into broadband.
Does everything, yeah.
And if I didn't want to convert it, if I had my own converter, I don't even need
Do you
your
pay
box.
for that?
It's $5 for the big modem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you can buy those fairly cheap. So you don't have to lease them. I think you usually make up for it in a year.
So I guess you could, because all I need is the signal to that router. Then that router is mine.
Yeah, the way you're doing it's fine though. There's no.
My router is. I mean, my signal is strong, but Comcast is always strong.
This little travel one I just got during Prime Days, this thing is incredible. Have you ever been somewhere where you got to log in through the TV?
Exactly, I know what you mean.
Fuck, does it
Or
work
they
good.
only let you log in one, and you have to pay for the other.
Yeah, but in an RV park, I use it as an extension.
I know.
I can put it outside. It's so tiny, and then I connect to it. It connects to the Wi-Fi. But in a hotel, it's the best.
But I don't want to do it like coming up on the hour because it's going to be too short. I want to
I'll
do
tell
it
you.
when I come back.
So you can feel confident they're doing what's best for you. 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net. And thank you for your service to our nation.
MLS 1, 2, 3, 4, regulated by the officials of the state.
A-Plus Hardwood Floor Summer Sale is going on now with up
I
to
got too many to
60%
make up
off
for.
at aplushardwoods.com.
Denver Stock Station, 630 K-House.
I can't get over these reviews.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I love getting reviews like this. I use Renew Home Innovation. I could not believe that they offer solid porcelain wall panels. I don't know if people understand what that looks like. Oh my God, it's so rich and beautiful. Renew Home does your whole bathroom or your showers. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. They're what I call the Kohler guys, all Kohler, beautiful products. And they have this composite stone material for your walls. If you don't want to use the porcelain, you can use that Serica. 303-904-2000, RenewHomeInnovations.com. Okay, listen, we're getting so much activity here. That scammer keeps calling, want me to call back. So we're going to try. I hope he just doesn't Google that number because it'll come up 303 Martino. But we're going to call him back, but we don't have time now because we're going to get run out of time. So Susan has a comment on Verizon. We had a guy who called and says his Verizon doesn't work at home. He wants to get out of the contract. But they said, hey, we can give you an extender or sell you one for $250. Go ahead, Susan. What do you have to say?
Well, years ago, this worked for me with Verizon. Threaten to quit. Don't follow through with it. Tell them you're going to leave. You've been with them 20 years.
Oh, and then will they offer you the extender?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Well, that's a good point. You know what? Here's another thing, Mark. Can't you buy an extender? Like, for example,
$45 on Amazon.
And it would work, right?
Listen to this, man. $45, the free shipping, of course. 2,000 reviews, and it's 4.5, almost 5
But will it
stars.
work on Verizon?
Yeah.
It'll work on any system?
If you have good internet.
Okay. Joe, what's going on with you, Joe?
Hey, guys. So kind of a nerdy question. I heard or read that if you have a dead battery and you're trying to turn your car over, if it clicks quickly, that indicates battery is likely the problem. If you get a slow click, that indicates it's likely a starter problem. Have you ever heard that?
I've not heard that because that click you're hearing is the solenoid. That click you're hearing is a little relay that pushes the thing into the starter.
I don't quite understand why even the question. If you try to jump start it, I mean, does it start or not?
Yeah, but what he wants to know, is it the starter or is it the battery? Well, and he's saying a slow click is one. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, but if you boost the battery and it still doesn't start, it's probably the starter.
I would say,
well,
yeah.
It was more than likely the battery, but part of why I was calling, because my coworker that was helping me out says, how come some people attach one of the terminals to the body of the car and not both terminals to the battery?
Well, that's easy. What do you know why?
And it's to ground the connection and avoid any kind of battery mishap.
Yeah, so you don't get a spark or anything near a battery, because when a battery, right. Yeah, you don't want the battery gases igniting. Right. You see, you just do it away from the battery, right?
So we essentially sort of demonstrated/tested that theory, and when I tried to turn on the car with both terminals connected to the battery, I got a quick click. When the terminal was grounded to the body of the car, I got a slow click.
Huh.
And I
That's
just
weird,
didn't know
because
if
a
that
slow
was
click
something-
denotes, in my opinion, denotes a bad battery. If I went to start my car and it went click, that would tell me the solenoid is hardly engaging, which means it has a weak battery signal. It would be just the opposite of what you said. But
yeah, so just something I noticed. I was curious.
Well, yeah, and here's what I think. A fast click, you got a good battery. A slow click, your battery is low in voltage. And you can tell that from the cranking, too. Now, the starter problems don't necessarily present themselves like a battery problem at all.
Sheridan Auto Tech is...
So, Rod, a lot of hotels... No.
What?
Durango. Do we have a plumber? So a lot of hotels, a lot of restaurants, a lot of RV parks for sure. When you log into their Wi-Fi, they either allow only one device to log in, or what happens is you try to use Netflix or something like that, because it doesn't have a web browser. Sometimes you got to go to the web browser, put your lot number, and then put other stuff in order to start using the Wi-Fi. Does that make sense to you? So what this does is you connect this one little router. It's tiny, man. It's like the size of a deck of cards. You log into that I log into that through my phone, easily through Bluetooth, and then I tell it to log into the Wi-Fi wherever I'm at. And then all my other devices log into it. Plus, it's a VPN, the one I bought, so therefore everything's encrypted. No one can, because I'm on someone else's Wi-Fi, they won't even be able to get into my shit, because mine also acts as a firewall. $30. It's unbelievable.
I didn't realize that was ever a challenge though in a hotel.
What? Some hotels.
No, it's because some you have to actually pay for each device.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Or you have to sign in
But
separately.
firewall is a big deal.
Even the
because if they say it's
convenience.
public Wi-Fi.
The firewall's a huge part
Even
of
when
why I got it.
even when you don't have to pay, it's the convenience of signing in once and having all your devices.
See, like Tiger Run's a bitch. Tiger Run is one of those places where you have to have a web browser in order to get something on. Well, Netflix and shit doesn't have that. So in order to use some different stuff up there, this just makes it a million times.
What do you mean by that? I don't know what you're saying about Tiger Run. Tell me about it. What's
Tiger Run on their Wi-Fi,
Right.
It'll ask for, you've got to go to a browser. Then you put in whatever code they gave you.
But where do you put it in? On their website?
Like on Google. So in other words, you connect to their Wi-Fi instantly without putting any passwords in. You follow me so far?
Right.
Just like if you're connecting to their Wi-Fi here.
So now you're on,
Now you're on their Wi-Fi. Then you launch your browser.
Right.
The browser brings it to their website. Where you again have to log in with authentication.
Exactly.
So the router does that, then everything else connects to the router.
Yeah, because you're saying you don't necessarily have a computer there to...
No, I'm saying when you launch Netflix, you try to, your little Fire Stick or your little...
Yeah, but
your
what I
little
do
Hulu.
first is go to their website, launch it, then go back and launch Netflix. It works.
On your laptop. How about if you're actually plugging in something to the TV now? You want to use the TV in your RV. There is no browser to put in the information. So now you just log into yours. Does that make sense, or you're still struggling?
No, you're talking about like a Fire Stick or something.
Yes, a Fire Stick.
If you plug those into your phone, into your it looks for Wi-Fi.
It looks, and then you choose it.
But you choose the hotel's Wi-Fi, and there's no place to enter.
That's right. It'll connect to the Wi-Fi, but you can't watch any programs because you can't authenticate.
Right. I get you now. So this does that for that. But man,
or if there's only one device, like you said, this allows 100 off that one device. And it also works as a great extender. So if you want to extend, let's say you have Arlo cameras like I do outside, I can put this like up in one of the windows where the cameras are, and the cameras connect to it. That connects to my Wi-Fi in the house. It works as an extender. And it's only $30. Did I tell you it's only $30?
Only a couple times.
So they track down the IP number in the hotel for you, or you're actually having to connect it to the IP address at the hotel?
You connect it to the hotel's Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yep. And it's all right through here. So I have it, I plug it in, then I launch my app, and it looks around for different Wi-Fi.
Plugging it into what? The wall?
Yeah, the wall.
Okay, okay.
So I plug it into the wall, okay, and then I launch the app, and it finds all the Wi-Fis around. I don't care if it's a restaurant or whatever.
Right.
It connects to the Wi-Fi. Then all my other devices, like my phone, I can choose it for internet.
And the
And
app,
the VPN is everything secure.
so you download that app, that's apps for that specific thing.
For it.
Yeah.
Yep. The app is for it.
And how big is it again?
Oh shit, size of a deck of cards. It's tiny.
So that would work great at the airport.
Oh, the airports, places like that where I get nervous is because it's public Wi-Fi. This will actually take public Wi-Fi and do it.
Secure.
And if you have
Yeah, that's what I'm
Comcast,
saying. That makes it ideal.
if you have a Comcast, have you ever been somewhere and you're looking at Wi-Fi and you see Comcast or Xfinity, I think they call it. So if you have Comcast, you can log into a lot of those public ones. This one, you would actually log into Xfinity on it, and then all your devices connect in. So it gets rid of people stealing your shit.
Right.
So you just keep it around with you.
Yeah, that's why it's so small. It's literally made for travel. I bought two of them. I threw one in the bus, and I have one that anytime we go on an airplane, I bring all kinds of electronics. I threw one in there.
So you can plug in, like this connector.
Or you can, this one absolutely has, you can either connect to a Wi-Fi, like if I plugged it in right here, it would find this Wi-Fi. Or I can plug in an Ethernet, just like this, and it'll do the same.
So you run the app off your phone.
Yep.
And so it does.
And then the app basically looks for all the Wi-Fi's available.
So Apple too. There's an Apple app too.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
How's your Wi-Fi like up at the cabin?
I'm stealing my neighbor's.
So this would be perfect for you.
I already have extended.
Oh, then okay. I was going to say this would work as an extender.
I'm not stealing. I give him so much.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But you could put this, if you didn't have that, this would work just like an extender. There's no difference in that case.
So this is the big.
But I'm sure you trust your neighbor, but he would have no, you would set a blockage for him. Because right now, literally, since you're on his shit,
He can have it to see whatever.
he can probably see all kinds of shit. He's probably not tech savvy. But if someone like Mike, Bald Mike, fucking, I'm sure if Mike's listening, he loves that. If Bald Mike fucking saw it, he'd be able to do different shit.
You must be pretty darn savvy. I mean, I don't think I would have thought of buying that little device.
Yeah.
But it
I
makes
travel
sense.
so much.
Hey,
man.
take the audio off for a second.
The most frustrating is these RV parks. They are the most frustrating son of a bitches.
Never mind.
Because they don't want 15 devices eating up your Ethernet.
I'll hold it on.
We'll do it later.
Hello, Tom Martino here. It's car day, right? That doesn't mean we talk only cars. Today's been a little slow. When people get hot, they get slow. This show is all about helping and just letting you unload, letting you just bitch, moan, complain, gripe, or heap praise on anyone you want. Any problem, really. Can you think of a problem we would turn away? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, and of course around the country and online and YouTube and Facebook, 303-MARTINO. Whether you call live, it'll come here, or leave a message. We will get back to you. Let's go to the phones, okay? Today we have Rod Greer, JFR Cars. What does JFR stand for?
It's actually the owner's initials.
Okay.
Jim Wrights.
Okay.
I don't know what his middle name is.
How long has it been around?
About 15 years.
What's the most popular request you get? You guys are brokers. What's the most popular request?
We get everything. We probably sell as many cars as
SUVs, no? Isn't Colorado like the king?
I think SUVs. I thought you were speaking more of a specific car, but yeah, SUV would be the key.
What do you think? What state, I'm putting this in, has the most SUVs per capita?
I would say Denver's got to be up there in the top 5. I mean, Colorado.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Let me see. I put it in. Let's see. Okay, what is the most oh, no, say that. What state has the most? No, I didn't ask that. Okay, we'll figure it out. 303-713.
We have one on Facebook. They want to buy a certain Toyota, either a 4Runner or whatever else are listing here. Yeah, something around 08, 09. So how does it work? They call you up and say, that we're looking for one of these things. Why do you save them money over a dealership? How does it work?
Well, we will locate all of our sources, look through all of our sources. My main source is the auction nationwide, and price those. And most of the time, I can buy that car, ship it here, and still beat a dealer's price.
303-713-TALK. I'm going to call that scammer, but I don't like the first segment. I think I can. I don't want to stem it. I want to get it quicker, and I hope Marie, Marie doesn't have to hold if she doesn't want to. We can call her back, but I need to know about this Terminix thing. So what is the heart of the issue here with Terminix?
Well, what I'd like to do is just have them give me a call. I said I'd be happy to pay their bill if they come out and do their job.
Okay, but the job they're billing you for, and you canceled them, the job they billed you for, you're saying they did not do?
Correct.
How do you know that?
There's still ants emerging around the foundation.
But that doesn't mean they didn't do it, right?
If they did, there was ants in the yard. The mouse baits, they picked up the mouse baits and didn't replace them. Those are all things we.
How much are they charging you?
$76.
Okay, and then is that a regular monthly, or what was your regular monthly?
Bi-monthly, every 2 months.
You paid $76 every 2 months.
Yes.
And up until, and they did other services the other months. You're only disputing one payment.
Correct. Just this month.
Why just this month? Because that's the one they didn't do? Did they not show up?
They were here. They left. They're supposed to leave a copy of the bill here when they treat. They left an empty folder. We have no idea that they treated. Their technician claims he was here for an hour. We weren't here, and normally their technician spends about 15 minutes here.
Did they pay you? Excuse me. Did they actually take the money, or are they just billing you?
Just billing right now. But
then ignore them. I mean, why not just ignore them?
Because they will done credit.
You think they will?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's an unpaid bill. They say,
yeah, but they won't necessarily ding your credit if you. I mean, they would. They could. You want it to go away. Are they being aggressive?
I would pay them if they will come back and take care of the 100% customer satisfaction.
Is there someone to talk to there?
No. The last time I talked with John on the live chat, which was July 11th, he said the problem had been escalated to the branch supervisor, Ryan McKelvey, and he would take it up with his management staff. And
is there a phone number for Ryan? Is there a phone number for him? Listen, man, this thing is not
1-800-TERMINEX.
Okay. I don't want to say this is not a problem we handle. We do. But it's not like at a point where you actually need help. They're just charging you for something that you disagree with, you don't owe. You're gladly going to pay it if they do it. I think you wait until they actually give a damn enough to try to collect or call. And, I mean, if they're not answering you and you're going to a chat, I don't know what else to tell you unless we can get people I don't even think calling them is a thing. Do they have a local office where if you call, somebody locally will answer?
No.
Then why do people use Terminix? If they don't even have a local presence.
Yeah, of course they do. I used to work on all their vehicles.
Why is Ken saying
they're right down in Montbello? They have a massive office.
He's saying there's nowhere.
Well, they were right next door to me.
They tell me.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
1070 West 124th in Westminster to complain.
So why don't you?
Well, it's 60 miles away for one thing.
Oh, where are you?
Loveland.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Here, it's right here, 4665 South Paris. It's right in Denver, in Montbello.
I see it. Call that number.
You can drive down there. I used to go in there all the time.
It's a number. Call 303-459-8984.
303-459-8484?
No, 8984. Just call and say, look.
That's your main Colorado corporate office.
And people Don't call, because this is not worth it right now. Not yet. Let him call. 303-459-8984.
He's just not getting the right people.
Yeah, there's something up. And I think you waste too much time for also trying to probably explain the problem. I would just go ahead and say, hey, I want the service you're billing me for. I'm not 100% satisfied. I still have a bunch of ants. I'll pay the bill. Come and do it. Now, we do have some emails for JFR Cars, Rod. Rod, do you buy new cars for people or only used, they want to know?
We will sell new and used.
Okay, so when you do a new car, how do you do it? Is it new? Do you buy it and resell it, or do you take the consumer there, or how is it done?
It can be both. Sometimes the dealership will require us to put it on their paper, but most of the time they'll just let us buy the car, brand new, and then resell it.
Does it then lose value because of that?
No. Because we are not actually taking title. We're just showing, it's just a paper exchange. So basically when we run that
they're the first owner.
They're the first owner.
So the dealership is just giving you the right to sell it, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And as seller, is the seller listed as JFR? When you do it that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all warranties, everything are all the same?
All warranties are the same.
All right.
Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think of these places like Shop where it's a one-price dealer? I mean, that's it. They don't negotiate. It is what it is.
We've had this discussion on and off. You know, good or bad, I seem to think that if they're a one-pricer and the price is good, okay. If it's not, it's not. Mark thinks in order to be a one-pricer, you're always going to be higher.
They're always going to be higher, I think.
Do you think that's true?
Well, you're definitely at the dealership's mercy because you only have the one price. You've lost that ability to negotiate.
You can't do the walkout.
Right.
You know, I don't care about negotiating. If prices were just fair, but it's hard, man.
Oh man, it takes me a week generally to buy it.
The car industry got off on negotiating because of the horse trading, yeah?
Right. I think the challenge is people just don't like the haggle.
So
then that's kind of
some love it. Mark loves it.
And I kind of like it too, and that's what that's what got me into the business.
Because he's good at it.
Now, what about car vending machines?
Well, let me finish this, though. Here's where I was going. So you take Shop, who's one price, and let's say there's a Hyundai you want down at Shop or someone listening. Are you going to be able to get them that vehicle cheaper? Or, like vehicle cheaper?
9 times out of 10, if there's a special or something, but the nice thing is I know the price. I know what it costs them, and I can move from that place.
So 9
and
out of 10
also,
times.
wait a minute. When you know the price and you go to a dealer, usually you talk to a specific person there anyway that handles either fleets or brokers, right?
That's correct.
They know there's not a lot of overhead in this sale.
Right.
There's not a lot of cost of sales.
They want the volume.
They know that you're going to come in and take it right off their books, and they don't have to deal with the customer, really. They don't. Right. And if they do it right, they gain a service customer. So they like it. That's why brokers need a lower price, because they also know that this broker will come back maybe next week. Whereas a consumer, no matter how many cars you buy in a lifetime, they don't this is the truth. They don't really care about a purchase relationship with you. People say, well, I'll buy my car, here's the rest of my life. They care more about the service relationship. Do you realize that when you go there to buy a car, they're looking past you to the service. That's where they make most of the money.
Or the mop and glow crap they can make on you.
Right, the extra stuff. We have to take a break. 303-713-TALK. If you have any questions about the car business, inside or out, let's talk. I mean, anything you've ever wanted to know. I don't think there's anything we don't know about the car business that we would love to impart to you. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark Szymanski, Genesis, whether it's inside or out, you can trust them. This is a home improvement company. Hey, how much better can you get than have somebody we stand behind? 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Big delays in the highway drive all across the metro area, but big headaches right now northbound I-25 approaching Broadway. The left 2 lanes of the highway are blocked due to a crash, and then there's a semi on the right shoulder just past the wreck. So northbound I-25 backed up from Broadway all the way to Hamden at this time. Got another crash southbound I-25 approaching Orchard in the Tech Center. That's got the left lane blocked. Traffic backed up to 225 on that stretch. Got a rollover wreck in Sedalia. Highway 85 shut down at Highway 67. No estimated time of reopening. The weather forecast going to be hot for one more day today. Be careful, a high near 100. Right now, a few clouds and 94. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
At Farmers Insurance, we know every windshield collision has a unique sound. Beetle. Bird poop. Drone. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
QC of Colorado. QC, quiet
Crew of Colorado. Now, the website is qccolorado.com. No matter what I say, here's what you need to do, okay? Check them out. I wish there was a way they could demonstrate these things. So if you have a friend that has a whole house fan, even a regular one, don't worry about it. Just go at least talk to them and feel it. If it's done correctly, you know, in the ceiling of the top floor, it doesn't matter if it's QC or not, because whole house fans work. Now, if you're going to get one, get the best. That has a stronger motor, a more quiet motor, plus the way it's mounted makes it even more quiet. So, you know, I could tell you all the benefits of a whole house fan. But right now, I want you to know about QC, because they are the best of the best. QCcolorado.com. Also, they're remote controls, so you don't ever have to dig into the wall for any kind of wiring or retrofitting, and it's an installation that takes less than an hour. 720-398-4510. Your air conditioner will hardly ever work. Again, it's hard, and you'll save money. 720-398-4510. 720-398-4510. QCcolorado.com.
A-Plus Hardwood Floors is having a summer sale with up to 60% off beautiful pre-finished hardwood flooring. Hey, it's Susie Wargin. I completely transformed and added so much value to my house by adding hardwood flooring. We did it in our main level and a lot in our upper level as well. And oh my gosh, what a difference it's made. A 20-year-old house became brand new again. Nobody carries the selection of classic and new styles of pre-finished hardwood floors like A-Plus Hardwoods. Come by one of their showrooms and pick out your new hardwood floor. Summer sale ends July 31st. APlusHardwoods.com.
For all of you patients currently under a doctor's care for depression, if your meds are not working fully, they're limited, you may be a candidate for the FDA-approved treatment called TMS. Magnetic pulse therapy has proven very, very effective to help you get the most out of your medication. It uses a magnet similar to those in MRIs. As I said, a prescription is required. It's non-invasive, so there are no side effects and no negative drug interactions. TMS is safe, painless, and comfortable. You remain awake.
It's just minuscule.
Yeah, I know. Not only that, there's so many choices.
AQH doesn't register.
Yeah. Well, I know.
To find out more. 303-928-0499. Or go to tmssolutions.com. That's tmssolutions.
Rod, you know what Dan can do that's probably the most...
Oh, no! They're doing it again.
My talent is unbeknownst to most.
He can tell you where you got your shoes. Tell me that's not the stupidest talent anybody's ever... He's got, like, you know, some people have a photograph.
Why is it that
his
he
is
knows
only,
this?
His is only freaking shoes. Can you do his?
But I get tired of it because there's no challenge anymore.
It's fucking crazy though.
Where you mean the building where I got it from?
No,
the store?
No,
Or
he can tell you where you got your shoes.
Right now today.
Seriously.
Okay.
Right now today.
Can you on his?
Don't give it away. Let me see if I can tell.
Those are a little unique.
They're Nikes. Uh-oh.
Nikes are sold in so many places.
Yeah, but he's going to tell you where you got them. Where you got them?
Bet him lunch. This is fucking crazy. Bet him
No,
lunch.
I want you to tell him where you got them in 10, like where he got them in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You got your shoes on your feet.
Suzanne, truly, this should be outlawed. I swear to God, it should be. This bullshit.
Sucker!
How do you laugh at so much goddamn joke? like they heard it the first time.
People's reaction is priceless. He had to actually think about it. You know what? You're right. I do have my shoes on
They are
my feet.
so thrilled with themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely my son's joke there.
I know. I heard.
How old's your son?
4.
You do that. If you ever go to New Orleans and stuff, you might get hit by that. 35 years ago, I know they still do it.
We had a guest come in that knew the answer because literally he was in New Orleans. So that just happened to me in New Orleans. I got him on my feet.
And another one said
They'll follow you around for the $10.
Restaurant to try to, because they bet you. And they followed him into the restaurant before they, to get the money.
Come on, a real bet?
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a real deal in New Orleans, man. And they'll bug the shit out of you until you give them the $5.
That was $20 now. $5 35 years ago. $20.
That's the one place I have not gone.
Really?
New Orleans.
I went there once. It was before Katrina. Fuck, was it dirty.
I just Googled, I'll bet you, I know where you got your shoes. I know New Orleans.
It says that? Really?
4 common New Orleans scams, they're calling it.
Wow.
I'm Tom Martino. Did I tell you
About Century RV, today's car day. That means RV day too. CenturyRV.com. Hey, did you ever at JFR Cars sell an RV ever? Or did you ever take them in trade? Ever?
I have. I've taken a couple to the office.
Have you?
They've been sitting there for...
You know, we love Century RV. They do new and used. And they have the best prices on, I mean, some of these are like crazy. The Cougars they have, people come from all over the country, but they're in our backyard. CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. Okay, so let's keep going here now. I'm going to call the scammer right now. Ready? Okay. Now, this is the scammer who claims that my sister, wink, 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 won Publishers Clearinghouse. And I'm going to be calling on her behalf, wink, wink, wink. I'm going to ask for Jordan and Maria.
Oh.
Hey, Jordan, this is Tom in Denver. I'm so sorry, man. I was so busy today. And Maria's on my back to call you. She's very excited, and I've heard of Publishers Clearinghouse, and I don't mind fronting the money for her. Here's what I'm wondering, though. And it's not that I don't trust her, but if I front the money to you, can you, before you make can you make out, can they have it made out in 2 checks, one to me to pay me back and one to her?
Well, sure, but what we will have to do, we will have to put your name. We will have to take down your name right now before we go any further, okay?
Yeah, Tom.
So hold on.
Yeah.
First, you have to you'll have to spell your name for me. Hold on, just a minute.
Yeah. Okay, and then then if there's made out in 2 checks, or at least then I know I'm going to get paid back. You know, that's all I care about.
We can make 2 checks out.
Good.
We'll have to put you as a secondary holder on it first, and then from there we're going to make sure that we make 2 checks up on the day of delivery.
Okay, that is great.
Okay.
How do I pay you? Is it wire or what?
It can be a wire transfer, yes. Just hold on.
Okay.
Let me verify your name. Spell your name for me, first name.
My name is Tom Martino.
Spell it.
M is Tom, T-O-M, and then Martino is M-A-R-T-I-N-O.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me just put this here in my system.
You're Googling me.
Do you know where to locate your closest post office?
My closest post office would be Denver. I mean, which one? I don't know. Like, I don't go to the post office. I know what my zip code is.
Okay, provide me with your zip code.
80237.
That's 80237.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, Tom, let me call you back in about 5 minutes, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let me know when he calls back, Suzanne. This is not going to work so well if he calls me back. We can't put him on hold. Yeah, actually, you could put him on hold.
We should have gave him, like, line 8, one of the secret numbers.
Is there a way to put him on hold and him not hear us on that line? Okay. Well, if I know he's on hold, just put him on hold. I'll try to go right to him. Okay. Gary's got a fencing question, and then we have an expert from our referral list, Grady with American Fence, to answer. So let's see. Is it a question or a complaint, Gary?
It's a question.
Okay.
On how the proper way to build a fence.
Okay. What is your question? And we have Grady listening as well.
Okay. Is it common practice or standard practice to use a chainsaw to cut like the rails?
Is this a split rail fence?
No, it's a cedar privacy fence.
And what are they cutting with this chainsaw?
You know the 2x4 cedar rails that you then nail the pickets onto?
Yeah, so those rails are being chainsaw cut?
Yeah, I'm using what's called a postmaster post.
Yeah.
Which is a metal post.
Is this a do-it-yourself?
No, I've hired a main.
If it looks good, who cares? I mean, does it look weird?
I mean, yeah. Why? First of all, I mean, it sounds crude to me, but is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're using a chainsaw to cut the.
Is it like they nail it up and then come by with a chainsaw to trim it?
No, what they're doing is they have to cut the rails to fit. The postmaster posts are like a metal post that have like a center channel, and then you screw in the rails on either side of that. So you have to cut them to size.
I know what you mean, but so it really doesn't even show the cut because it's inside the rail, inside the post. I don't know. I mean, Grady, what do you think about that?
Typically, you wouldn't use a chainsaw for that.
Hold on 1 second. I need to take this. Okay. Hello. Are you there, Jordan?
Yes,
sir.
I'm here. So sorry I got cut off. Okay, well, I just added you on the check as the secondary holder, so upon the day of delivery, we're going to make sure that we split the check in half.
Good.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Now, you're the recipient who will be paying for this with your name, right?
Yeah, I'll be paying. Now, how much do I have to pay?
Well, it's $1,000.
1,000. Okay.
$999, but it's $1,000.
And what is the fee for? I'm just I'm just curious.
Well, it's for the delivery. It's for the delivery to initiate the check for delivery. Okay. So the check itself, you don't have to pay any end of the year taxes whatsoever, due to the fact that the company take care of 95% of all tax and insurance, which is the publisher's clearinghouse. Okay.
Yes.
This is a certified cashier's check from Bank of America. Okay.
Okay.
So you know where to locate your Walmart, right?
Yes.
Okay. The transaction, the payment can be done in two manners, which you can write a personal check or you can do it by a money order. I would rather for you to do it by the money order because then and there, no one here in the company will have your banking information.
Okay, so I go and buy a money order, and then where do I send it?
Well, you will. Okay, you have a pen and a paper?
Yes.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, it's 203.
Yes.
Broad Street. That's BROAD.
Yes, street.
ST for street. Unit B.
Unit B.
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Yes.
Okay.
Virginia. Zip code 22812.
Okay.
Now that's the agent. That's the address where they should. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you know how to order purchase your money order in the Walmart, right?
Yeah. But I have a better idea. I have a better idea. Okay, listen carefully. Please keep this confidential. And please confidential, and listen to me, because this is something you don't know. That bitch Marie, she doesn't deserve it, and she is actually very wealthy, and I can't believe she wants me to pay the $1,000, and I know why she wants me to pay it. It's because she thinks I owe her money from a while ago when she was getting some hair removed, and I said I would pay for it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the bottom line, is that I know what you're doing is a scam, and I want to be in on it. And not only will I help you, but if you split it with me, I know I can get more money from her. What I'm going to say is, oh, Marie, I can't pay this $1,000, or I'm going to pay the $1,000, but I want you to pay some too, because I'm just going to get more money out of her, but I need you to help me. And then we split it.
Well, you think that's a good idea?
I think I can get it. Look, you don't understand. Can you believe this woman inherited $300 million, and she's calling about this Publishers Clearinghouse thing? What a bitch. Anyway, so I was Googling this Publisher Clearinghouse, and someone said that it was a scam, so I looked it up. Here's the deal. I don't care, Jordan, because Marie deserves everything she gets. What do you think? I will do it if you'll. I can figure out a way to get more money from her, because I just can. I just know I can. And here's the deal. Let's just do it. I've always wanted to be in on these. I can even help you probably with more pigeons, because here's the deal. She travels with a bunch of rich people, and they're all just bad people. They are, you know. And I can help you. The secret is that, you know, we can't let her. They can't know each other, and they don't. They won't talk about it. But they all know me, because I'm the guy they go to for handyman stuff and all that stuff. She never gave me a dime after she inherited $300 million. Can you believe this?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And they were in the chicken business, her parents, and they just I don't know, they caught me choking the chicken once, and they threw me out. I thought it was bad. But anyway, here's the deal. How do we do it? You tell me.
What I'm going to do right now, hold on. I want you to hold on the line. I'm going to get my manager here, because this is really, really serious, okay?
All right, hold on.
Just hang in there and just hold for a minute.
Okay, hold on. If I get to, hold on. I'm going to get, here's why. I'm going to get disconnected, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm calling from near her, and I hear her. I'm going to call you back.
KRFX HD2 Denver. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, with Ross Kaminsky Mornings, Sean Hannity at 1, KHOW Denver.
Everyone's just
Thank you, Steve.
Pocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Look at Jerry.
Okay, Mr. Stammer, K&H Home. K&H Home.
It's unbearable. It's
What am I doing?
Look at Broadway. Look at the laser block, and then past the crash, there's a semi on the right shoulder. So solid backups to Hampton. Southbound I-25 approaching Orchard. There's a crash blocking the left lane. That's got traffic backed up past 225. Watch out for big delays traveling up in the high country. Westbound I-70 really heavy there on the approach to Lookout Mountain. Solid backups there. The weather forecast. It's going to be hot for one more day today. Be careful out there. A high near 100. Right now, a few clouds, 94. Traffic and weather.
I hope they don't Google.
630 KHOW.
Pocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Did I say
Oh my goodness, I'm surprised he didn't challenge you at all. Paid it all.
I was reading one of these that said on the shoe desk, they usually have 2 other people around. People are giving them money.
You know, this is a true story right here. You know, Rod with JFR Cars. Anyway, he was saying, hey, I'm looking for windows. And I told him about this K&H deal. And I said, it's a real deal. I just told him about it. You buy 5 windows or more from K&H. They're durable, energy efficient, beautiful, custom fit, made to specs. Here's the deal, made to K&H specs. This is why you get a beautiful window. And if you buy 5 or more, they're installed for $1 each. That's it. And it's a real deal. So you're saving money. Their installers are master certified. So here's what we're going to do. You call and you can find out details, if you want, about their financing and all that. 303-421-7100. Or what you do is make your own appointment at khwindows.com. khwindows.com. And it's telling you want to, make an appointment. There's no obligation whatsoever. When I said it's made to K&H specs, there's a reason for that. They are in business for life, right? They've been there 62 years. So even if they changed anything at all, like manufacturers, whatever, they stand behind it. You are buying K&H Home Solutions. khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
I mean, that's what it's for.
I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't realize you were on. I'm sorry if I.
Oh, no, hey, don't answer if he calls until we're ready. Don't answer.
Yeah, tell him to go report it so he can go get it x-rayed.
What's going on?
He dropped. What did he roll over his foot with a pallet?
Back of his foot.
Miles?
Yeah, it worked.
What's he doing with the pallet?
Oh, he's a department manager. I don't know. Moving shit around.
It was 200 bags of 10-pound ice bags. So 2,000 pounds of ice.
Just
I
help.
hope he's okay.
Yeah, just, I mean.
Well, here's the thing. We can get him rehab like Patrick.
That's what.
Tommy! Tommy, that's my boy!
That's what workman's comp's for.
Yes, that's true.
In the back of his foot, so I don't
My
think
fucking
anything
nephew, my nephew bought disability insurance, and as soon as it went into effect, this is true story, he drops out of work with a disability. They paid him for years.
Yeah, but they gotta show that they have disability.
Yeah, he was this big and had back problems, right? I mean, any doctor in the world. Okay, but here's the deal. Listen to this one. Years they paid him for sitting on his ass until they sent the private detective out to follow. These disability companies don't fuck around.
I wouldn't blame.
So they came to him and said, look, you're off the grading train.
All over the country, the best selection, and that's
And what do you say?
Oh, he didn't fight. He knew he couldn't fight. I mean, they had a
But he did it for years? Yeah? They did it for years?
I think he did it for 3 years, maybe. But maybe longer. Here's the deal. As soon as it went into effect, the contestability period was over. He complains about his back and stops working. Never worked a day after that. Never. And then he converted from that to Social Security disability or something that kept him. But they stopped paying, or I don't know. There was something about, but they stopped paying. Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate
There's
Wi-Fi
this guy,
networks?
sealed with the same guy 10 years ago in New Orleans. He said he followed me, and their now ex-wife for at least 3 miles. Wine is $20.
Yeah.
So that's this
Most
guy
people would finally just give in.
But the other guy said they followed him in the restaurant.
Yeah. And then I was reading an article where they said there's usually
how much do they bet?
2 other ones
$20
around.
here is $20. From when I was there, it was $5. It was just a little kid. I just said, get out of here.
Beyond fast.
You gave it to him then.
Isn't it funny you Google that and it all goes back to New Orleans?
No, he's probably 12 years old.
I thought you guys were bullshitting.
Oh, no. And Mark said he looked it up. They usually have 2 or 3 other guys that'll harass.
Do you know though? But it says here that New Orleans is known for scams.
Yeah.
Not just that one.
Yeah.
Here's the
There's
other
some
one.
others.
If you tell me your first name, I can tell you how to spell your last name.
Now you must deal with it and get better get help. You need the law offices of Joseph A. 303-429.
Yeah, if you tell me your first name, I can tell you how to spell your last name.
Oh, your last name.
But he said just like this, his last name, but you should have to spell your, Y-O-U-R.
Right.
And last name. But in the joke, they just said they spelled L-A-S-T.
You know what?
I've
given up the shoe joke and we're going with the last name. We'll get all the people that we got the shoe joke on when they come back in.
But I know how to beat the shoe joke.
I seriously can, though. I'm not kidding here. I can tell you where you got your shirt.
Okay.
On your back.
Really?
Twice! That's the first
thing I got this guy on the hook or not. I'm Tom Martino. Here's the deal. I wonder if I should call him
Back right now. Should I or not? Okay, I hate to keep my callers waiting, okay? So on the fencing question, the answer was what? What did we get on the fencing? Could we get him back and I'll get an answer? I just want to get some answers quickly, and I'll call back. Ron has a car question. And also, he wants to say Gecko Power Clean, the duct people and the dryer vent people were great for him. But Ron, quickly, what is your car question?
2011 CRV power steering unit is leaking oil. Wondering about how much I should consider paying.
Well, man, that's a loaded question, because if it's leaking, it could be as simple as a seal. How old is the car? You said it's an 11. How many miles on it?
About 98,000.
Yeah, if it's not a line, though, if it's a pump or something, they're just going to replace it, Tom, with a reman. I mean, just call around and ask, man.
Yeah, I mean,
call someone on a referral list.
Yeah, if you love the car, I mean, that's not a serious problem, you know.
Looks like it's going to be close to a couple of thousand.
No, wait. For the power steering pump?
The whole rack unit, I guess.
Oh, he's saying he needs a rack and pinion.
Yeah, but wait a minute. It's leaking at where? Where is it leaking? Do you know?
Was just told it was leaking at Seals.
And okay, who told you that?
Dealer.
I just want to say that when it comes to scams, that's one of the most common ones, is leaking at Seals. What were you going to say? Okay, let's get the fence expert on. Listen, Ron, I would go to Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair for a free diagnostic. Give him the information. Grady, have you heard of cutting the fence posts with the chainsaw?
Well, I think he was talking about cutting the 2x4 rails.
Yeah. The rails. That's. I'm sorry.
Normally, you wouldn't use a chainsaw for that. You could use a skill saw, or you could.
But would it be a big deal if they're going to go inside and they're hidden inside the post, the hollow post?
I guess it's not a huge deal, but those postmaster posts don't have a huge channel, so you're going to be hitting a metal post with a metal blade. Probably not very wise in that regard. Now, if you're really good with a chainsaw and you can cut just past it.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't hear him say he was going to cut him in place. I thought he was just going to cut him and put him in place. But I hear what you're saying. You know what it says to me, Grady? It just says sloppy. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like to me. Not that it's not going to work. It just doesn't sound like they're taking their time. How do you do it? With a skill saw?
Yeah, I mean we do with a skill saw. So that post is actually designed for a metal post, the wood application for a privacy fence.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a U-shaped design, like a stop sign, right? So it has the perforated or prefab cut holes for the rails to line up, screws to go into them, and so forth. So it's designed for that, but I would think a skill saw, something that's a little bit, better to control than a chainsaw would.
And more precise. By the way, American Fence, it's been a while before we were looking for great fence people, and we're so happy to have them on the referral list. American Fence. Thanks, Grady. 303-690-6463. And I hope that kind of answers. And Marie, I'm not sure if we're going to have time to call him back. I want to, but we are really up against it. Anthony, what is your comment on engine oil, or what is your question on engine additives?
Hi, yeah. I was wondering about you guys really recommend the B&G products? I never use them. I don't know.
Yes.
They wanted EPR, 44K, MOA, Shays, all of them, none of them, one of them?
Well, hold on. As far as BG products, they're all great. Is that what you're asking? And are they better than the competition? I have never had a mechanic disagree with that. They all love them. I don't know what it is. They love them.
And they all have different purposes. The MOA's oil, the 401K is for, gasoline additive to clean the fuel injectors and the fuels.
But I was under the impression you have to go through a professional to get it, or can you buy them on your own?
No, I think you can buy them at some Napa stores.
Anthony?
Gotcha. Well, I'm actually literally here for an oil change, and I knew you guys recommended them, but I don't know.
Who are you getting your oil change with?
Steve's in Longmont.
Okay, well,
how much more do they want for it?
Yeah, how much does it add?
$60, but I'm not sure if they want all 3 cans or if he's just showing me the different products.
Well, here's the deal. Make sure the product is apropos. Don't just go whole hog and, find out which one it is and what it does. And if you want it, I will tell you the products work.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
It's always a bit of a tough drive across the highway.
Now, I'm reading this. There's different kinds of chainsaw blades. Yeah. There's some smooth cutting blades, man.
But it's just like, how are you going to cut it? It's just hard. I mean, you want
Yeah, but
straight
if you're out on
90
acreage,
degree.
if you're out on acreage and there's no fucking extension cord that's 1,000 foot long, I guess you could use a generator.
No,
I'm losing my nerve. I'm losing my nerve on these callers. As far as calling these guys back, I don't know if I want to do it.
Sunny, hot. High 100. Right now, 94.
I'm going to try it.
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner.
I'm not going to get to a lot of these. Well, I guess I got to get to Suzanne. You know what? I don't know what I do. I want to call that guy back. It's too late. I'll tell you. I'll tell Marie what to do. Now I know what to do. Okay. Become the banker. You've heard of that. Really what it is a safe, conservative investment. That's all it is, really. But it's done with life insurance. You're not investing in your life insurance policy. You buy a life insurance policy just to make this thing legal, because the government says if you have life insurance, you're allowed to overfund it, and they let those overfunded monies grow tax-free or tax-deferred. But Joe Chiano and Jordan, his son, can tell you and show you how to use that money and how to get it out tax-free so you never pay taxes. It's a non-qualified plan where there are no limits like there are with qualified plans, but you get all the same benefits. You really need to call to find out more. 303-779-6600, 779-6600, or look at my video and then call me back if you have any questions, truly. Or email me and I'll talk to you about it, help@troubleshooter.com. But here's where the video is. BecomeTheBanker.info.
So, Ron, if you ever down in New Orleans, I'll tell you how to get out of that shoe job.
That pre-show.
Okay.
That
So you got to mind your eye a little bit. You say, I can tell you what you got your shoes. You say on your feet.
That behind the scenes I did this morning, the video I did
Monday,
has more
Give me my
views than we
$20.
usually get on a regular live show. It's sort of funny.
What's that?
That live I did before we came on.
That makes
Almost
sense.
400 in what, 3 hours?
But I don't know if they're harassing you,
I
like,
think
you know,
it's got to be good.
Okay, they're not my shoes. These aren't even my shoes.
You got to get more than one Hawaiian shirt, all right?
No, I wore.
I brought that from Hawaii.
I wore it. I got like
No, but you can't say it's a Hawaiian shirt if it's not fucking from Hawaii.
To be honest with you, Bonnie, it's kind of confiscated.
Oh, really? It's got to be like a dress on.
Yeah.
No, you got a medium.
I don't remember what I got.
Let's talk about how
You got large for me because I'm a little bigger.
You know, the kids love wearing big. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They love that big shit.
In fact, Drew would never tuck his shirt in, whatever, and I tucked mine in there, and he goes, I felt like saying, well, you got a bigger gut than I
I was so disgusted with myself last night. I took my kids out to eat. We went to Fogo to show them. Jesus God, when you eat too much.
Where'd you go?
Fogo, Park Meadows. You know, the Brazilian.
We were right across from you last night.
Did you go to Perry's?
Yeah.
When we were texting, I was right there.
Can you believe that shit? $44. They got a full menu now. It's only through July. Appetizer, dessert, full standard fucking salad, and full standard entree. It's unbelievable. Usually the pork chop itself is $40, and then everything's a la carte.
I'm telling you, Grumble has some high quality.
We haven't been there. It's like it's where they bring all the meat around, right? Do you have the meat sweats when you leave there?
It was terrible. I just
Too much shit. Look, anytime I go to a place,
We took our father for
I ate way too much.
Did you like it?
I love it. You don't like
Their salad side of things is really good. I like that better than
Over in Park Meadows, though?
You know, I think you can buy just that salad and some other stuff.
Right.
So I always thought the whole experience, and I'm like, find you what you're looking for.
I can't go there for another 6 months. 4 out of 5 employers.
Mine, I get it so they know me, so they take it out of the kitchen. It is raw, and oh,
You're pushed to the cut.
it's not, that first one is off, and then the inside.
I love Maggiano's. Family style, they just keep bringing it. I'll order the veal, and I will fucking leave there not being able to.
I think if I had a superpower, it would be, Mark, if I could pick any superpower, it would be able to eat anything I want. And without gain weight.
Just intermittent fast.
I eat almost anything I want and not gain weight, Dan. Anything.
I watch the carbs, but I'm so this last 3-dayer I got off, I'm telling you, I didn't get one fucking hunger pain, man. It's starting to scare me. I'm thinking I could go a week without
No, that's really good. That means your body is becoming an efficient processor.
But it tastes so good when you just come off of it.
Yeah, but as long as you don't binge, it's bad for you.
I did all right. I had a full,
intermittent fasting.
I had a full Costco hot dog, no bun, just a big hot dog. And then I had, what did I have?
I haven't eaten carbs in so long.
I had a big fat hamburger with just, and bacon.
Do you understand? Other than trace carbs,
I eat one.
I don't eat them. I never do. Even when I'm binging, I binge on non-carb stuff.
Oh, sometimes desserts get me.
But I don't. I've never done it.
If they got a good fucking cheesecake, man, I'm all about it.
You don't mess with sugars at all?
No,
of course I get traces, but I don't. Okay,
you don't binge.
Here's me pigging out. I swear to God, now I've gotten so good at it. My kids are having dessert, and I'll take a big bite of a cake, right? And then it's done. But then I am guilty. That's all I do. I really don't. I have never eaten a full dessert myself.
My biggest binge, and it sucks, is fucking potatoes.
Beer.
Well, I love beer. But potatoes.
I wouldn't care if I never ate beer. You know what gets me? Potatoes.
Pasta.
Fuck yes. Oh my God.
Pasta doesn't bother me.
Oh my God. The thing that kills me is when my kids go to
noodles, the potato chips, the fucking hash browns, the
my
french
kids
fries,
get those
the
buttered
baked potato,
noodles.
the fucking mashed potato.
You tell me buttered noodles don't come from God. Buttered noodles.
I'll take potatoes over any fucking noodle.
And Rosie said, "Oh, you'll lose your taste for carbs." I mean, I know what he means. I don't crave like carbs, and I don't like when I eat a lot. But
I don't crave the hard sugar.
But man,
Sugar,
I
you're
still
right.
love carbs.
If you get off sugar, now when you eat sugar, you'll get a slime.
But the potatoes, if you look at it after it's done,
love
a
carbs.
Snickers bar and a fry at McDonald's is the same fucking thing.
I love when the assholes order and they think they're ordering healthy with their rice and shit.
Oh, rices, I can do.
And then
without.
they
I
look
just
at me
don't
and
like
say,
rice.
"That's too much salad dressing." Hi, Tom Martino here.
Okay, we are running so behind on things, but I want to tell Marie, and I thank Marie for bringing this to our attention. Marie, you heard the thing I said to that guy. I'm not calling him back because we don't have time, but I will. And I know he's going to reach out to you probably. I told him you're worth $300 million. What's that?
He's tried twice.
Now, when he calls you, here's what I want you to say. I want you to say, don't let on you have money, but if he asks you stuff, kind of slip up now and then. But here's what you say. Listen, I really want you to deal with my brother, and then play into what I told him. He takes care of this stuff for me. He's my handyman, blah, blah, blah. And then say, just say that, please just deal with him. And then just tell him that I will call back next week. But lead him to believe that you're a rich, rich woman, and that that you have always helped me, and I'm the handyman, because that's what I told him, that you're taking advantage of me. Okay, so Suzanne, make sure she has a good number to get back to us, and we'll pick this up on Monday. I'm hoping the guy doesn't Google a lot of me and all that, but that would be good. Now, Suzanne, you held yesterday. What's going on with you? What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I am a private resident, and we have Comcast cable at our house. We got kind of pushed into a commercial contract with them that doesn't apply to residences, but we can't get out of it. We also have a
How did you get pushed into it?
Well, they split it used to just be Comcast. In 2010, they started Xfinity to handle the residential end of customers, and then they started Comcast Business to start going after small businesses. We called Xfinity in December 13th of 2013 to get a faster internet speed at our residence because we both work out of the house. And we first got an Xfinity
Did they
email
ask
back
you
from them.
questions on what you use it for and all of that?
Yeah, what they were trying to do is they were trying to break into the commercial market, but they needed some customers. So because we worked out...
They did the same thing to me, Suzanne, but mine was beneficial. I mean, I got really good rates and a lot of
Why
stuff.
don't you just won't they allow you to switch to a different plan?
Right.
No.
Yeah, they
that's
will.
The problem. We're retired now, and we don't need it. So
I know.
we want to just have our Xfinity plan and put the internet back to Xfinity. But
Suzanne,
somehow we got railroaded.
If you threaten to cancel everything, you're going to get anything you want.
Well, they told us that we have to pay $2,400 to get out of the contract, and so the problem is.
Do you have a copy? Do you have a copy of your contract?
No, because their e-contracts that we signed it through is...
Well, tell them you never signed a contract and make them get... Okay, here's your next step. Make them get you a contract, no matter what. You tell them you don't recall it, and unless you see it, you're not going to pay it. Just please, let's do that first. And then we'll walk you through this, but we'll help you. All right, don't forget jfrcars.com.
Your credit challenges are a thing of the past. Once you enter the loan zone.
Pick up the phone and all right, so we'll meet you for lunch at Del Frisco's. You're buying Monday.
Because of the shoe.
Shake a
Right.
hand.
You did lose, man. You got to admit you lost. Come on, just be a man.
Take it.
Well, just think, now that you're going to New Orleans, you're really...
I wouldn't go there, man. Yeah.
Well,
now, if you're into jazz music and stuff, you might really like it.
Well, you know, they have some great rates out there for the fly out. Fly out right now, but they just got hit with that. I said, "Babe, I don't want to do
like
that."
right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not bad as the one in 2000 and what?
Katrina.